got me down, I ain't go to class. I'd rather die before I come in last. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Hold up, I'm trying to do something right now. Just leave me alone, really get caught, you know what I do. We gon' do this Lil' black jean jacket, yeah. Got be long on it, yeah. Got that bad bitch, yeah. Wanna fuck me, my homie, yeah. Got that bad bitch, yeah. Tryna fuck me, my homie, yeah. Shawty gon' suck to the money, yeah. I can't wait no thought, yeah. Pay that bitch on homie, yeah. I just fucked your thought, yeah. I ain't even pass it on, yeah. We might ride, yeah, homie. We might ride, yeah, homie. We might ride, yeah, homie. I'd rather get caught with it than without it. Wake up and smell the motherfucking coffee. I'm about to put the boys in the couch. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah.
I've been to Atlanta.
Most definitely been to.
With who?
No got me down, I ain't go to class. I'd rather die before I come in last.
Why don't you just send me your address? You just send me your address. You forget?
I ain't had shit in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. I ain't had shit in a long time. 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 Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Bookit Sports community and around the world. Welcome back to another episode of The Morning After. Lauren's back on the couch. Josh is in the ship commandment seat.
Yep.
Commanding ship.
Commanding the ship.
How you guys doing?
Feeling good, dude. I'm happy for you guys, but a little sad that y'all smacked a 2-geyser when I wasn't here.
Dude, we needed it so
But
bad.
just want to put it out there, the square I was going to give would have turned green. So.
All right, well, we hit a 3-geyser then.
3-geyserman. We hit a 3-geyserman yesterday. POD finally hit. The Cubs are back.
So back.
POD finally hit. The Cubs are back.
We needed that so bad, especially
So
with,
bad.
like that too. Just 8-0. They have no chance the entire game. Just
We needed that
put it on them.
so bad.
So bad.
We needed that so bad.
Yeah.
We
we did.
We
We
I'm
did.
part of the culture. All right, let's start the show off. First, I stand with intern Mason. I will not take any intern Mason slander in the chat today. So you watch yourself.
Watch.
You watch yourself. I will say this. Here's the thing about it. I watched the first 10 picks, and then like every other normal person, turned the draft off, checked on the phone. I will say, on my phone, it also said the Wizards drafted Walter Clayton.
It does say that.
It does say that.
However, what I will say is Krabs, it's not our fault over here at Team A. You got a rat shit org that's trading picks left and right. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it just is not our fault that your moose shit organization is trading picks of guys that you want.
We're
you
gonna
know?
have him on later today too, so I cannot wait to
That's
talk to him.
right, dude. You
Yeah,
face to
we're-
face with
yeah.
Krabby.
We're gonna have to
But
have to make some shake.
I cannot agree more. I mean, they got the 21st pick, I believe. Is that what it was? Maybe a little later, 28th, whatever it was, and then 2 second-round picks for like 2032.
Yep.
I mean,
I just won't stand for it.
what's the point of trading that for those picks? Like the GM won't even
I don't
be
know
there.
what they were cooking.
The GM
there.
won't even be there, most likely.
Couldn't tell you what they were cooking.
I mean, dude, the Wizards. I mean, the
Yeah, I mean,
like,
us too. Yeah.
the Wizards. I mean,
It is so dumb that the NBA makes them wear the other team's hat, though. Like when they know the pick's
Yeah.
been traded. Like it's like the pick has been traded. They're just picking for the other team. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I just
I
don't
don't know why they
understand
do
why
that.
the NBA does it that way. Just like we were saying, like do it like the NFL does
Yeah,
it.
the NFL, like there's a trade that happens. Whoever traded for the pick makes the pick.
All right.
It's not the other team doing it for him. It's so odd.
I seriously thought, based on the group chat, that Mason like either tweeted something racist, misogynist, or like something really bad. And then I found out that Krabs' feelings were just hurt because the Wizards traded away a pick of a guy he wanted.
Mhm.
Almost lost my top.
Yeah.
I almost called Krabs
Yeah.
Really?
while he was on Night Sweats to be like, dude, you don't call my intern like that. That's not your intern. You don't call my intern like that.
It was funny because the Krabs are just so mad that they didn't take Clayton.
He just wanted Walter
He just
so
wanted
bad.
Clayton
Dude. He just
so
wanted
bad.
Walter so bad, dude.
Or McNeely, someone.
I literally was texting Lauren. I was like, what did he tweet? I was like worried. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
holy
yeah.
fuck, dude. I'm going to have to like really stand on business for intern Mason if he tweeted something crazy.
No, nothing.
Or like call him and be like, dude, what are we doing, man? And
nothing
I found out it was
crazy
just
at all.
Krabs with feelings hurt because his moose shit org wanted kids in 8th grade. That ain't
Really
on Mason,
slurping
man.
on Go-Gurts.
That ain't on Mason, man. But I did want to talk through the NBA draft. I do think, I mean, the funniest thing of the night, dude, actually hysterical. Like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life is Ace Bailey bitching about not wanting to go to teams, not doing any workouts, thinking he's bigger than the draft, thinking he's bigger than the NBA, and then getting shipped to Utah with Philip Kowski. That is the funniest. I don't even know if he knows where Utah is on the map.
There is no chance he knows where it is.
He has no idea how cold it is. He has no. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't think he has any idea where he's going.
Yeah, probably not. I will say though, I thought that he was gonna be like pissed off when he got picked. He looked very happy. His
He was
family
def-
looked really
but
happy.
I think it set in that photo of Adam Silver, and it was like, oh,
He's just kind of like straight facing it.
I mean, dude, I listened to a bunch of his interviews because
Good
I just
fit
wanted
for
to
him.
actually see how he was talking. Dude, this kid is. I'm earmarking him as the biggest bust in the draft.
Yeah,
Already.
the thing that we forget too though about college basketball and these kids in the draft is they're actually like children. Like football players are like they're 21 generally. You know what I mean? Like they've been in school for 3 years, out of high school for 3 years. Like these kids are literally babies. Like they're so immature a lot of the time. We'll see. He could be good. He could be. He could be really
be
bad.
good.
I do think it is crazy that Rutgers had 2 top 5 picks, didn't make March Madness.
Yeah.
Is that not crazy, anybody? That Rutgers had 2 top 5 picks? Like, does that tells me one of them is a problem. And I think I know who it is. And it ain't Dylan Harper.
Yeah.
And it
I
ain't
mean,
Dylan
yeah.
Harper.
I mean, their team was rad. We talked about it all year. The rest of their team was. If they didn't have those 2, they were worst team in the country, maybe. That
Yeah, but I
Rutgers
feel like
team,
if
they
you
were
got
bad.
2 top 5 picks,
Yeah, they're freshmen.
you could be able to put plumbers on that team.
Yeah, but these guys, like I said this yesterday too. Like the NBA drafts off of what you're going to be in 4 or 5 years. Like these guys aren't ready to go right now.
I feel like I got a lot of hate. I mean, just going through the picks, Dylan Harper, I think is going to fit in perfectly in San Antonio. Like he's going to be unbelievable. There was literally a photo of Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey before the draft,
Mhm.
and Dylan Harper's in a full Nike Tech fit, and Ace Bailey's in like a suit. And I was like, Dylan Harper's the real hooper. You just know the Nike Tech is the signs. Just taking a full photo up for the NBA like official
I saw
account.
that.
He's in a full Nike Tech.
Yeah.
So I think the Spurs got the real hooper. VJ Edgecombe, not shocked that he went third to the 76ers. The tweet that I got the most hate on was, and it wasn't even really hating on the guy. It's just Con Knuppel going to Charlotte. I just don't know what they're building over there. Genuinely, I don't know what they're building over there. I don't not like Knuppel. I don't think he is better than Trey Johnson, Jeremiah Fears, a lot of these guys that got taken after him. And my point with that tweet was Knuppel, I don't think brings you any more wins if you're Charlotte. And that's where I'm just confused. Like, I think they're in not panic mode, but they're in a mode where it's like, we need to start adding wins, not just guys. And I don't know if Knuppel adds any more wins. Like, it just seems like a weird thing for like, do they need a spot up shooter like Knuppel? Like, it seems like they need way more than just another 19-year-old to throw in the mix. That's just a spot up shooter. Like, Knuppel's not going to revolutionize that offense. I guess maybe they think LaMelo Ball add a couple more assists per game.
Yeah, the Hornets are going to need the first overall pick to turn around their franchise. Like, realistically, they're not going to find a guy at 4 through 15, like where they always pick. And also, they're not going to sign anyone because no one wants to go there. Like, they might just leave. They might lose LaMelo. So, I don't know. This Hornets organization just in a terrible spot. Like, they can't really, them and a team like Washington, like, they're just in terrible spots. They never get the pick that can actually get you over the hump. They always just get the average player. It
feels like there were some guys in here that you couldn't, like, it's not that I hate Knuppel. I don't. I think he's very good. I don't think that he's bad. It felt like that's just not a good fit for him. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even drafting best available.
Well, no, I think it was the best fit. I feel it was the best fit for the Hornets, though.
I would agree.
You can't take Trey Johnson. You can't take Fears. You can't take like those guys all take 10 shots away from LaMelo a game. Like, Knuppel could take 5 threes a game. That's all he's getting. Ace Bailey needs 20 shots. Trey Johnson needs 20 shots. Fears needs 15 shots. So like, that's what it is. I think it's just getting a guy that can play next to LaMelo and not threaten him as the number one guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you guys are saying. Justin Shute said, Mikey, the Knicks don't own a second round pick, but if they did, who'd you want? We actually do own a second round pick. And I think we're going to stay in Marquette. I think we're going to draft Cam Jones.
I love the Big East.
I think so. Tyler Kolek to Cam Jones. I think that just makes the most sense. Outside of that, how much you think about Trey going to Washington? Because I'll tell you what, dude, you traded away. I mean, Jovan said it. I was thinking it. You traded away Jordan Poole for Jordan Poole. I've watched Trey Johnson multiple times this year in college basketball, Lauren. You've been on the show and we've bet on him. You've been on the show and we've watched him. I've watched Trey Johnson put up 1 for 20. I've watched Trey Johnson put up 2 for 18. And that's just Jordan Poole. So why trade Jordan Poole when you're just drafting Jordan Poole?
Okay, so is that why you're saying Jordan Poole is because like he shoots so much?
He just chucks.
Yeah, he chucks.
Inconsistent.
He's just a chucker. He's inconsistent and he chucks.
Okay, I don't know if you watched any Trey Johnson prior to him getting to Texas. It wasn't like that, but that was what he had to do at Texas. He was the only good player. He was the only good player. A lot of the Kalumas, all the other, those are all guys that didn't live up to what they were supposed to be. But Trey Johnson, like, his role was to be the scorer, and every game out there, he was getting double teamed. He was the one guy you have to really stop.
I mean, is that not what he's going to have to do in Washington?
I don't think so. I think he will have better pieces around him. But
when you said before, are you talking about high school?
He is a him guy, though.
But when you said, I watch
Trey Johnson
tape
is him,
before,
dude.
Though?
Yes, like go back and watch him hoop. He's that guy.
I mean, it's also not disrespectful to say he's Jordan Poole. People forget he's an NBA champion, 6-man off the bench, an average 20 in the NBA. I wouldn't mind if you're
comparing him to that sort of Jordan Poole, but you're comparing him to the 1 for 20 Jordan Poole.
I also feel like it's not talked about enough that the Wizards literally put Jordan Poole with some of the worst talent ever, and we're like, okay, you have to do everything now.
Yeah, I feel like
he is a star player. Like, yes, you have to build around him like any other player, but he is absolutely a guy that will lead you. But he only had 1 year at Texas, right? You didn't get to see much. It was just kind of what it was.
I mean, so did Jordan Poole at Michigan. I just think the thing about that I think is interesting is, one, you and Krabs are now going to be entrenched like I was with Krabs. And let me tell you, watching the Wizards games, it's not fun, dude.
I'm not happy about it. I did not want him to be a Wizard. I was screaming no in the chat. I'm not happy about it, but he's there now.
It's just like, I was actually really excited for Trey. I mean, the draft fit was atrocious. I'm not just hating to hate. Like, the draft fit, you have to admit, was atrocious. The shorts with the scrunch socks, that was a horrible look. I actually think Trey Johnson's going to be really good. I just wish he went somewhere where, dude, he's just stepping into Jordan Poole's position where it's like he's going to have to do a lot. Like the Wizards aren't going to lean on. They're already saying they're going to trade Brogdon. The Wizards aren't going to lean on Middleton, Smart,
McCollum could
McCollum,
lean on him a little
but
bit.
it's like, dude, it's going to be Trey. Like if you draft a guy like Trey, trade away a guy like Jordan, you're basically saying, okay, Trey is the face of the team. We need Trey to do a lot.
Mhm.
That's where I just worry about him because there's no one around him, much like Jordan, where it's like you saw the first year Jordan Poole in Washington. It's a nightmare playing in that system. Like you have nobody. And like CJ McCollum is definitely comparable, but an aging Chris Middleton and aging Marcus Smart, like he's going to be asked to do a lot.
Yeah, like I think for the Wizards, like that was the correct pick. I just feel really bad for Trey because I'm like, all right, like you're that guy, but are they going to build around you correctly?
Mm.
Dude,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like Trey Johnson to me, at least this player in college, is Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish in college is Trey Johnson to me. Like you could tell they could get to their spot. They took a shit ton of shots every game. They just didn't make. They were pretty inconsistent. I feel like they're just drafted off pure potential. Like Trey Johnson's either going to be 25 a night or he's not going to be able to see the floor in like 3 years.
He's special, dude. He's special.
I think there's going to be a lot of ups and downs with him. And I think there's going to be a lot of 1 for 14s, 1 for 15 nights next year, just because of the brand of basketball Washington plays. And I think what they're going to ask him to do. And I just hope what happened to Jordan doesn't happen to him, where they fucking kill his confidence.
I don't know, but he does have like players around him. Unlike like he was the guy, dude. Like that's all we had. Like we were depending on him to drop at least a 20 ball, and dude was just having to chuck.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I do think, however,
and dude he straps on defense. I mean, he's just all around. You can do whatever you want him to.
I mean, my steal of the draft is Jeremiah Fears at 7 to the New Orleans Pelicans. I tweeted it kind of like trying to edge bait and rage bait people. I tweeted like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and I was like Jordan Poole and Jeremiah Fears. I seriously think if this team just stays healthy, like they're not contending, they're not going to do anything like that, but they're going to be like an exciting team, dude. Jordan Poole, Trey Murphy, Jeremiah Fears, if Zion can actually stay on the goddamn floor, like I don't think they're going to be that bad.
They also
and not to mention they added Derek Queen.
Yeah, they also got
who
Derek
was
Queen.
my other steal of the draft. My two guys for the draft are Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen. I think they're going to be the best NBA players out of this entire draft, obviously removing Cooper Flag. The fact that they're now on the same team in New Orleans and they get to grow with each other, I think Derek Queen and Zion Williams have like a serious potential to be a really good 1-2 punch. Maybe not next year, maybe not the year after, but if Zion can get his shit together, like I do think this is now a really good. They're putting together something in New Orleans. They went from nothing to something.
Yeah, Derek Queen's ability to pass too with Zion will be fun to watch, I think, at the rim.
And I think Jordan Poole's ability to move the ball too, dude. He kind of, he is a 20 point a game guy, but now you're kind of finally putting him around a young team that has kind of like Trey Murphy's better than any young guy they had on Washington. Herb Jones off the bench is better than any guy they had on Washington last year. Like now you added a scorer in Jeremiah Fears, hopefully a Zion that stays healthy, and then a guy in Derek Queen that you could kind of start playing positionless basketball in New Orleans, which is fun. Like when you can play positionless basketball or in New Orleans, that's where it's kind of fun, dude.
They need Zion. They need to use Zion like the Nuggets use Aaron Gordon and make Derek Queen just those lobs they throw him in the dunker spot, like literally just use Zion like that. That offense will be unstoppable.
What they really need is Zion to be the guy that they drafted fucking 5 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
he
ever
has
gonna
to
happen.
step up.
That might never happen.
Did y'all see the tweet? They were like, dude, Zion's so happy. Wait, what was the
They got
tweet?
Dairy Queen.
Yeah, they got Dairy Queen. You thought they drafted
Zion
Dairy
thought they drafted
Queen?
Dairy Queen.
Oh, Derek Queen. Dude, they also
I
have
need to
Jordan
find
Hawkins
it.
too. He's a bucket as well. And Herb
Yeah.
Jones, dude. Like this New Orleans team drafted the right guys in terms of if Jordan Poole doesn't work out, which he might not.
If Fears.
Jeremiah Fears is comparable already, I think, as a scorer. Like Jeremiah Fears is a guy at Oklahoma, dude. I watched him go 14 of 15 against fucking Providence.
He's probably
Like,
the best.
This kid is unbelievable.
He might be the best pure scorer. Him and Trey Johnson, probably the best pure scorer, like ISO ball pure scorers.
100%. 100%. And that's not saying that Cooper Flag's not a pure scorer, but Cooper Flag does
He
everything.
does everything. Yeah,
He
he's
does
just so
everything.
good at
He's
everything else
just
that it's like
Cooper Flag, and then let's talk about
Yeah,
the
we're
other guys.
we're not talking about Cooper Flag when we're saying that.
Like Jeremiah Fears can't move you the ball. I don't know how his defense is going to be year one, but I'll tell you what, he's going to be able to get to a spot and score every single game, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah.
So I have to follow Jordan Poole wherever he goes. And I am excited to watch New Orleans. And I think this is
They're
going
gonna
to
be
be a fun team, dude. Because if Trey Murphy takes another step, if Herb Jones take another step, if Jordan Hawkins takes another step, now you have Poole, Queen, and Jeremiah Fears coming in. This could be. I'm not saying they're contending, but let's have some
I'm
fun.
gonna take a lot of overs. With
Let's
this
have
team.
some fun,
A lot
dude.
of overs.
Yeah, 0 D.
Yeah.
We're playing no D.
No defense.
Dude, they honestly, if they play the right system, they could play Indiana Pacer ball. Like there's shooters everywhere around the floor. I'm not saying they're going to play it in Indiana Pacers level, but they could play that no defense. We just want to run and shoot.
That's kind of what it is, though. All 5 guys are a threat to score too. So I mean, you can run with that team
For sure.
And like their bigs can run. Like Derek Queen and Zion can run.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I think Derek Queen's going to be the most underrated player in this draft, because I don't think NBA GMs are looking at him correctly. Dude, he can play positionless basketball. You can put him at the 3-point line. You can ask him to go down low. He can handle the ball. He can pass the rock at an elite level already.
I don't know if he's underrated.
But
Ooh, I think he's
I
kind of
think him
underrated,
dropping
yeah.
to 13 is fucking crazy. I think he's better than Igor. Like the Nets completely shit down their leg. By
Yeah,
the
I
way. I
would've
can't wait to
taken
get to the Nets.
I would have taken him at 8, I think. Not
Yeah.
if I were the Nets. I'm saying like I think he's the 8th best player. I would say he's the 7th best player. I think he's better than Khan, but
Dude, I think he's better than Igor Demon, Colin Murray Boyles, Malawak, Cedric Howard, Noah Essengay. Like, I think he's better than every guy that got drafted before him, except for that Trey Johnson, Jeremiah Fears, VJ Mcomb, Cooper Flagg, and Trey Johnson. Like, I just think he is a center that he reminds me of. I want to give a correct comp. Let me think for a second. Someone say something else while I'm thinking.
I mean, I can tell you who he reminds me of. A poor man's version of.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like very poor man's version of, but Jokic. He kind of plays similar ball to him, like from the center position. Like he can move around, he passes the ball insanely well, he could score from everywhere.
But I think the funny,
no one else
but
really
also what
plays
people
like that.
don't realize,
not
he's
really
listed
like
as center. He played power forward for Maryland.
Yeah, but he's a center, I think, in the NBA. I think he'll be a center. He's 7 foot, 6'11", 7 foot. I mean, he's not Jokic, but I feel like he plays similar, Sengun-ish. Same shit.
Sengun is a great comp.
I just
Sengun is
feel
a
like
great comp.
Sengun's a poor man's Jokic and he's a poor man's Sengun. So it's like they're same lineage.
He's a
2 years
more
up.
athletic Sabonis, which is dangerous. He's so athletic, which is what I don't think people realize. Like,
Yeah, he
he's athletic at that.
He's
height.
like a Luka athletic. Where like he's slow but deliberate with how he moves. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Got
No
some
wasted
finesse.
movements.
Got some finesse.
Yes. He really does.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Derek Queen. Obviously, you guys know I've been a Derek Queen truther, but I
Yeah,
think,
he's nice.
I mean, dude, you want to talk about shitting down leg. The fact that the Nets had 5 first-round picks, didn't package any of them, and drafted potentially some of the worst talent in the first round is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Who'd they get? I think
Igor Demon from BYU, who, by the way, I've been so low on all year. And also, what a complete miss by the Wizards not bringing Derek Queen back to the DMV. Like, that's complete miss either way. But Igor Demon, I mean, dude, this kid he's not fixing anything in Brooklyn.
Well, yeah, he's not doing anything. I think he could be a good player though.
But it's like a guy like him, you're asking him to come in and do what with the guys around him? Dish to Cam Thomas.
Yeah, the thing is that like you could say that about anyone. They could have taken anyone in the position and they wouldn't do anything for the team.
They literally have Mario Party. Their roster is a Mario Party roster.
Yeah.
They got Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Peach, Daisy. Like, there's nobody on that team that's going to be worth their salt in 2-3 years.
No, I think Igor could be good though. I think he's a really good facilitator. That BYU team was good.
And then, dude, the names that they drafted are just generationally, it's going to go down as one of the worst draft
Traore
classes
as
of all
well.
time. Colin Murray Boyles, potentially the funniest moment of the entire draft.
Dog.
When he got drafted, just clearly being pissed he has to go to Toronto.
Yeah.
How funny is that, dude? There wasn't like any excitement. He gets up and just goes, fuck.
I personally, because I saw that video too, I think it was like relief. Like, fuck. Like, let's go. Like,
Okay.
Maybe finally,
fuck.
like finally.
finally.
I could see that.
That's kind of
I don't
how
think he'd be that
that's how
type of
I
guy.
took it.
Also, he had to have known that he was going to the Raptors because the Raptors literally draft the same builds every year.
I just
And
don't.
he fits that exact build.
I just don't think he necessarily wanted to go to Canada.
Yeah.
Maybe
Also,
not,
you're
I don't know.
sandwiched in between living in New York City,
And he's-
Houston, and now you got to go to Canada. He was definitely a little bit like, fuck. Gotta get a visa up and moving now. I gotta live in Toronto. But I think they made a great pick. Toronto, like, I don't know why they aren't having success. Their roster is not bad. If Brandon Ingram stays healthy going into this year, like that could be a really good team as well.
Yeah, they could be good. I think he'll be a good addition there, actually. I think he's a really good player.
Josh.
Oh, we're going to skip a couple?
Josh.
We're going to skip a couple.
I mean, Malawak to Houston, they need size.
I think he'll be really. Oh no, he's on the Suns.
Oh, they
that
traded him
pick
to
got traded to the Suns.
Phoenix.
Dude, so
You're
the
right.
Suns got him and fucking Mark Williams last night.
Yeah.
They got both of them.
Why do they want so much size? I mean, I guess
Well, they had no size
you
before.
need
They
size.
literally
You need
had
size.
none.
Yeah, you need size.
I think
I love
Malawak
Mark
is actually going to
Williams.
be good. I think
You
he'll be
need
really good.
size. Cedric Howard, I don't know much about. I did bet on Washington State a couple times, but I don't remember really watching him. I mean, Memphis is just, they're putting together moose shit.
Cedric Howard, dude, I literally had never heard of that kid. He was the one person that was drafted in the lottery that I had literally never heard of.
You've heard of him because we've wagered on him on Washington State. We never probably talked about him.
I
But
never watched him.
I don't know. That's just a weird pick for Memphis.
I didn't know that kid was committed to Duke, though. Did you know that? Coward was committed to Duke and then decommitted.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Went to Washington State. It's a good move.
Gosh.
Yeah, I know. Dude, we're fucked.
Ace and Newell, Derek Queen, both on the board still.
Yep.
And
Yang
the
Hansen on board.
Bulls fall for the European product.
Dude, he is.
Who the fuck
wrecked.
is he?
Well, he's the number one player out of Europe this year, but it's like, this is like one of the most down years for Europe. I watch his highlights, dude. He's just not good.
When you saw that name pop up, what was your actual reaction?
Fuck. I was chirping Krabs for them. Thought that the Wizards were going to take him. Then, of course, we fucking take him. He's going to be so bad, dude.
Dude, I saw that, Josh, and I was just like, I literally seen reaction. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it
I
was
watched
shaping up to be perfect. Ace and Newell, Caspers, and Derek all available.
all there. I just wanted Derek. Dude, Derek would have been so nice. But now this tells me they're going to keep fucking Vooch.
Yeah, I know, which is bad.
That's the only thing I wanted. It wasn't even that I wanted the players. I just wanted a center so we can get rid of that fucking idiot. That's all I wanted. But dude, this kid, like I watched his highlights, literally nothing impressive at all. Not a single thing impressive. He did the one impressive thing I did see is he played the Trailblazers last year in the summer league, or not summer league, whatever it was, the preseason or whatever, and he had 20 against them when he was 17.
Oh, that's good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
He just doesn't look
Good.
He reminds me of like Scotty Barnes, like how he moves, just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
He could be good.
No.
It just doesn't look
That's a good little comp there.
You know what I mean?
Such
Like-
a bull, though.
Yeah, so, dude, I think it's actually a requirement for you to wear those dumbass high socks for you to be a bull now. You know what I'm talking about? Those
Yeah.
like leg sleeves.
Yeah.
Just on the calves though.
Yeah.
That's how you become a bull. You wear those, you're a bull.
They love
I gotta
that
say,
shit.
it's the funniest pick in the entire draft.
Yeah, it is. It's so bad.
That the Bulls drafted the Euro kid because it felt like the first year that everyone was like, all right, we don't have to go to Europe.
Go to
And you guys go to Europe.
Right. The fuck.
Did Asa end up getting picked up? I didn't watch them back yet.
He didn't get drafted in the first round, so he falls to the second, which I think is a steal for whoever gets him.
Dude, if we can get him in the second.
I don't know why the
Why
kid
do
from
teams not want
Penn
Asa?
State. I don't know why the kid from Penn State and why a Chinese center got drafted over him. That makes no sense.
Well, dude, that
Apparently-
Chinese center, I low key.
Yang,
Yang.
he looks
I think he
good,
might
dude.
be raw.
I think he might be
Yang
raw
Hansen?
too. Yeah.
Dude, I think he could be raw. Dude, he averaged like 16 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 3 assists
yeah.
against grown men. He's like 17 years old. Dude, he could be good.
Could be good.
Rich Paul had something.
Yeah.
That was the kid, right?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I think he might have had him too, but he also had another kid early in the draft. I
That
forget who
came
it
from the
was.
Bleach.
Yeah, he was from Bleach, but he had he has Ace Bailey too. Or
No, Ace Bailey's agent is Sharif Cooper.
who was it? It was someone early he had. He was sitting next to him. Maybe Trey Johnson
Maybe.
or VJ Edgecombe. It was one of those two.
Yang
Yeah, I'm
Gang will
not
be the
sure.
best center in the draft. And he goes to Portland.
9'1" wingspan.
Dude, I
Is
saw
that real?
I saw a
That can't be
9'3"
real.
wingspan.
Is that
I
real?
think it's
That
9'3".
can't be real.
What?
Yeah, this kid could be fucking disgusting.
I thought that's what I saw.
He's
This kid
7'1".
could be Yao Ming.
No, he's actually good.
9'3"
9'3"
standing reach. Yeah.
Dude, so he has to jump 7 inches to get to the rim, or a little more than that. 9 inches to get to the rim.
How funny is it that then right after that, the Timberwolves clearly are just so done with Rudy Gobert's shit.
Yeah.
Draft another French center. They're just so done with his shit. I'd be done with it too.
Yeah, Asa Newell did get drafted too. I just saw that too.
Where? Oh,
Atlanta,
yeah,
the
traded to
Hawks.
Atlanta. I didn't see that. Sorry, my bad.
I
He
didn't
still
see
went
it
to the
either.
Hawks?
Yeah, he went to the Hawks.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
But the Pelicans picked him and traded him to the Hawks.
I was scrolling through names. My bad.
Neat Clifford to the Kings as well.
That's interesting. I mean, we already got there. We already talked about it, but
Yeah.
What a massive miss for the Wizards trading away Walter Clayton. Just a massive miss. Just a massive miss. Just a
Like the
massive.
word, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
such a
I
Wizards
just,
move.
just can't say I understand what they're cooking over there.
Nothing. They're literally nothing. I got Krabs calling my intern. You don't call my intern like that, man. You go to me and then I call my intern.
Maybe we need
It's not
Krabs
his
up here
fault.
early.
It's actually not his fault that rat shit org has no idea what they're doing, because I also thought the Wizards drafted him.
It's so dumb they make him wear the hat. That's
It's
what I
so-
hate.
I
Like,
don't
just switch the
understand that
hats.
at
Switch
all.
the hats at least.
You know where he's going.
Yeah.
You know where he's going.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
The reaction in the chat, again, I mean, I literally thought Mason tweeted something irredeemable. And it just was the fucking Wizards drafting Walter Clayton.
Yeah.
I almost spawned in the Bookit chat and I was like, what are we getting for the 18th pick? But dude, I don't know. Him going to Utah now, Utah's kind of putting something together, dude.
No, yeah.
If Ace Bailey ends up being worth his salt and not just a complete bust like I think he's going to be, Utah is kind of putting some together now. A little
are.
bit. It's a lot of young. We're looking at, I think, a state of the NBA where the really bad teams are trying to do the Thunder method, where it's so much youth. It's so much youth. It's so much youth.
Yeah, it is.
So much youth.
A lot of
Dude,
youth.
I'm looking at these Nets picks. Their picks are all
Dude, they're
so interesting.
ratitude. The Nets literally were trolling the Knicks on Twitter, being like, thanks for all the picks. And then they just shit down their leg.
They took a dude from Israel,
They took Danny Wolf.
Ben Serif, from Israel. Has anyone ever come from Israel before? I've never heard someone like coming from the Israeli league to the U.S.
I think so. Wait. There is one.
Really? I've never heard of the Israeli league.
Chat, help
coming
me
to
out
the-
here. Oh, hold on.
They got Traore. I think actually could
Dude,
be
this
good.
kid might be on the fucking front line.
Denny Advia. Oh, Krabs. Denny. Of course,
This
Denny.
kid might be on the front line.
Yeah.
Of course, it was Denny.
I think
Denny.
Dude, I think low key, I think their best pick was Nolan
That's
Traore.
the
I
only
kind of
one.
like that kid. I think that French national program is just building something, and I don't mind taking all these French kids, except the one that we took.
I mean, dude, the Nets better have one guy. They picked 5.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
They picked 5. If you can't hit one,
yeah they got to hit
getting
one.
5 first-round picks, if you can't get one through the hoop,
that's bad.
we're going to have some conversations.
Yeah, we are.
I
Charlotte
thi-
also got, dude, Charlotte got McNeely as well. So they got McNeely and Khan.
No sense.
Just same player.
Literally makes no sense.
Same player.
Like 0 sense. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're doing over there.
That's interesting.
I will say, I think the steal of the draft as well. Number 20, Casper's going to the Miami Heat. That's gross.
That is gross.
I think he's going to be one of the best scorers too. I don't think he was talked about enough as one of the best scorers in this draft.
He's a really good
You
scorer.
want to talk about having no
He's
one on
overrated.
your team? He was it for Illinois, and he was averaging 20, 25. Dude.
Yeah, they were not a good team, and he did do everything.
And now you put him on a
He's
Heat
good.
roster where it's like he can just spot up with Tyler Hero. That's going to be a gross backcourt.
Wait,
My 3 steals: Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears, Caspers. One of them is generational. I'm putting my hat on Derek Queen. Putting my hat on
You
Derek
calling
Queen.
Fears a steal?
I think he's one of those guys because the way Josh was talking about him, and I've had to watch him just bust on us at Providence. He's going to be one of these guys where the jump from him scoring in college to the NBA is not going to be as big as these other guys. Like, he is so good at getting
he's
to his
also
spot.
unbelievable at getting to the line too. Like very good at getting to the line, which
No, that works.
is like half the game in the NBA. Now,
It works.
Seems like
It
so.
does work.
It works. Someone tell me about. I mean, I just hated everyone on this team, but Jace Richardson getting drafted in the first round.
Yeah, I have literally no
The hell
idea.
is that?
Literally no idea.
The hell is that, man? But I'm really excited for the second round. I'm just excited. I do love draft picks. They get me going, man.
They do, and then next
get me
year,
going, man.
next year, only 5 of them will be on a starting roster.
And that 50th pick over there in the second round, that's where you can get a guy that's had really good college success that could give you good minutes on the Knicks,
It
potentially.
is.
With a new head coach that'll actually play rookies. So I'm kind of amped, dude. I'm kind of amped for that 50 spot. Hopefully we get someone cool.
Yeah, dude, I want to get someone cool too. We missed the first round. We missed. We missed.
It's just like the only reason why you missed is if any of those kids pan out and you just drafted another Patrick Williams, it's just.
I don't think you can be worse than Patrick Williams. It's not even possible. You can only be adjacent. You can't get worse than him.
It's so funny. We were talking about the poll yesterday and then it comes out today. Shopping Patrick Williams.
Yeah.
The
We
Bulls
have to.
shopping Patrick Williams.
Well, we didn't get rid of him, so he's still going to be a Bull as well. It just, we have all these players that nobody wants. So it's like, you just have to get rid of him for nothing or you keep him. Personally, I'd rather get rid of him for nothing, but we're definitely going to keep him. Sadly.
I bet the entire MLB board went 8-7.
8 and 7.
That couldn't have won money, though, because you didn't have much plus chick in there.
0.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just like, when is something gonna shake? The only bets that really, really angered me last night, the over in Baltimore. Like, Gooch's squad is so fucking bad, dude.
Okay, hold on.
When the Rangers finally put up 7 runs and I can't get that over, I have no words.
Well, I have no words for you taking a Jacob deGrom over.
It would have soared. If they put 1 run on the board, it was hitting.
Yeah,
It was
but
8
trusting
flat.
either of those teams to score runs, like I learned my lesson a couple days ago, obviously, is silly. That's asking a lot from those two teams.
8 flat, one team puts up 7. That is not asking a lot. 1 run is not asking.
I
a
can't
lot.
believe we put up. I mean, I'm thanking Goods for reviving our offense. We haven't seen 7 in years. It feels like. But Jacob deGrom, dude, against the O's, they were never touching ball.
Rockies plus 3.5. How do you not cover 3.5 runs in an MLB game? That's just beyond me.
It's the Dodgers.
It's just beyond me. They put 3.5 runs, dude.
Yeah, no. Well, it was pretty close, right, for a while, and then they just
So close.
Cute. Literally facing the best pitcher of our generation. You just know nothing about ball, Mike. You just rattled.
Hey, Goose, you thought you were gonna win yesterday.
I thought they had generational batters. Gunny Bunny, Holiday Daddy, Daddy Adley,
Dadley.
Sadly,
fucking
dude, I don't know
0-4.
what's wrong with him.
Ofer, whole team. Zach Gallen needs to be taken behind the shed and just
He's
turned
really
into
bad.
Swiss cheese.
It's really bad.
He's so bad.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him.
And it wasn't even like he was getting unlucky. Some of the worst pitching I've seen
Yeah.
in a really long time.
Well, what's weird was I believe they called up or signed a new catcher, and it was his first start for him yesterday, McCann, I believe. And the people were saying like he was the one calling the pitches, and I thought that was really interesting. I'm like, why is he calling the pitches? I guess they just don't trust Zach anymore.
I mean, dude,
I don't
he was
know.
throwing. If this is the strike zone, there was 3 batters in a row.
Mhm.
It's like, do you just not have placement anymore?
Mhm.
You're throwing 3 balls straight to the 8 hitter. Where are your
He's
nuts?
losing it.
Where are your nuts?
Just losing his control. I mean, he's kind of been on the decline the last couple of years, low key. So
The Athletics over is just a joke. I think that's the first time that the Athletics hold a team scoreless. Took their over 8.5.
best team in the league, of course.
Who they play
The
yesterday?
Tigers.
Oh, that's right.
Best team in the league.
Worst pitching somehow gets a bagel and I take the over.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
You could get it back today.
You could.
Do I bet the entire board again today?
Plenty of
I think
early
you
baseball
should.
today, too.
It's just so tough, dude. It's so hard. It's so hard. The only thing that killed me was the late nights, dude. The Phillies Astros just can't put up runs. That Marlins Giants Nerfy was just Ratitude, and then the Rockies plus 3.5. If one of those goes my way, 9 and 6, I take that every day of the week. 8 and 7 is maybe shit.
What I'm hearing is a lot of overs on a day. A lot of the studs were pitching.
I know. Really bad.
That's okay. Get it back today.
Really bad.
I think we get a lot back today.
I think so. I think you run it back.
Do I run it back again, dude? I'm running out of units.
I think we get so much back today.
I'm running out of units.
Well, maybe you don't actually you take your favorite 2 or 3. You actually bet those, and then just see how you do for the others.
I gotta bet them because
But then it'll make you really mad if you-
And then you'll clean sweep the ones
Yeah,
he
and then
doesn't
you'll
bet.
clean
and then-
sweep.
No, I have. If I'm putting, I have to bet them.
Okay.
I will say though, the experience of everyone should try it once. A half unit on
Or half
every single baseball game. It is like generational, the most anxiety I've ever
Yeah,
had,
you
but
just-
also just the most fun journey I've ever been on of just being like, there's not a game I can't be tapped into. Like I have to be tapped into every game. Like every window where games started, I had to play.
Yeah.
And it was fun, but it was like
Yeah.
a journey.
We only have 9 today, so 6 less than yesterday, which is big.
Oh, we can maybe go 9-0. We could be heroes today,
We could be
dude.
heroes.
That's what I'm
But then it's
saying.
like frustrating that we were dialed in on some spots that we knew. The Cubs, the Guardians, the Yankees team total. We were like dialed in
Those
on
were our
some
favorite
spots.
spots.
Dude. Yeah, we were dialed. The Rays again, they were just a system. I
Yeah,
did
they're
get that
nasty.
Mariners Twins nerfy. Like we were dialed in some spots. I just lost it at the late nights. I lost it at the late nights, dude.
You get them back today.
So frustrating.
Yeah, Chew, that was Bustos. First pitch of the game, Ian Happ goes yard.
Wow. Oh yeah, I did see that.
Just
nails.
set tone.
Pico sold.
Just really proud of us
PCA
for
needs to get out of his own fucking head right
Yeah,
now.
I don't know what's his deal.
He needs to figure
What
it
his
out.
deal is.
what's going on with him.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't hit in the last
Is this
like
just
3
like normal
days.
baseball
He
shit?
just gets a fucking. He'll go like 1 for 5, 1 for 4 every single game, but he gets like a meaningless hit in the 9th inning that like doesn't really do shit.
Mm.
He needs
Okay.
to start playing a little better.
It's time.
I think I'm gonna bet the whole board again today. 9 is a good number. Yesterday was a lot.
Yeah.
Also loading up on a book like that and looking at all the plays, like it's just stressful, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, it's stressful.
You have to scroll to see all your wagers.
You do.
Yeah.
And I like forgot what I had in a couple games.
Yeah,
like I was
yeah.
like,
Did
do
you
I have
come
the
out-
Rangers
That's
or the
the
over?
worst when you're like, wait, what am I even sweating?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I thought I had the Rangers for a little bit, and then I realized in the 5th inning I had the over. And I was like, fuck.
Did you walk away pretty much even then? I
No,
guess.
I definitely lost money. I threw a couple parlays that also didn't hit, so I'm
Oh.
definitely down on the book. But I went 8 and 7, and a couple were juiced.
9 is super manageable though.
9 is so
15's a lot.
15 was so much, dude. 15
yeah,
was
that's
so
that's
much.
a lot, dude.
So much.
That's a
dude.
lot. That's a lot.
Like so much.
We get it back today.
I think I'm gonna get it back today. I gotta text Daniel if I'm gonna do that.
If you're gonna get it back.
Yeah.
Yo, Daniel, I'm gonna get it back today.
Daniel, just letting you know, I'm gonna get it back today.
Where is Daniel?
I don't know where he is
Probably
right now.
in Saskatchewan.
Is he over in Haiti?
Oh,
Yeah, he might be in
The
Haiti.
Philippines?
Checking out the team. Thailand. He's in Thailand.
Where are
Sorry,
you?
okay.
Where are you at with baseball betting?
I need to start doing like actual book plays because I do believe I'd be absolutely grubbing right now. I normally have like a good feel of what's gonna happen in a game, but with Prize Picks, it's just it's hit or miss. Like again, my favorite score of the day will normally hit, and then I just can't pair it with another winner. That's just kind of where it's at. But a couple days ago, I was 3 for 4 on Prize Picks.
Grubbing.
But it's fun, dude. I enjoy it.
That first 5 inning hits is I just could have been worse. Can I tell you guys about what I watched on Netflix last night?
Yeah.
Before we start the slate. Have you guys, I think the documentary just got added. Have you guys heard about the cruise ship where it lost power in the middle of the ocean?
I watched that
Oh, no.
preview to that, but no, I didn't.
I need to
Dude,
watch.
I didn't watch the actual
So
thing.
there's this cruise ship, a Carnival cruise ship in 2013.
I remember that.
You remember it?
I remember
don't
that.
remember it.
Mhm.
So they lost power in the middle of the ocean. Bad.
Not good.
Toilets ended up overflowing because they couldn't flush, and they were making people go number 2 in red bags. And then they had to try to tow the boat. And when you tow a boat like that, it shifts. And like the showers were overflowing. And while we were watching it, I didn't know the story. I literally went, peeing in the shower is cool, but if like the toilet's not flushing, that drain in the shower is just going to fill. And they were on there for like 3-4 days. So every shower had like this much urine, sitting, dude, sitting, stagnant.
Just smells like ammonia in the room.
I'm jumping off the boat.
Just really quick, that's why like I've never been on a cruise and I never want to go on a cruise.
I'm never doing it.
People are always
I
like,
have-
dude, there's so much fun. Fuck that.
Dude.
Then you hear stories like that and I'm like, that's just my luck.
Am I the only one that thought we're in the middle of the ocean? Why don't we just piss and shit off the boat?
So they suggested that the men piss off the boat, but a woman to piss off the boat's a little harder.
I mean, dude,
You could pee in a cup.
just find a little spot where you can like
It's gross.
like build something, like a little like
it's gross.
I don't know, something
Could
like a
pee in
slide
cup.
into the ocean. Or you can just do it into something and then throw it in the ocean.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, they were
Theoretically.
doing into something. They were going into the red bags, dude.
Yeah, but you can't throw the red bags in the ocean. Get like a bucket and just pour out.
I mean, dude, I don't disagree. But
I don't know. I feel like if I was captain on that ship, there would not have been that much chaos. If I was manning ship.
dude, I mean, I think the funniest part of the thing was when they opened the open bar. It's like there was a good boost to morale, but then it went bad. It's like, yeah, no shit. You have these people trapped in the middle of the ocean, shitting in bags, gave them free booze, and then they were just off
Now they
their
had to
rock.
piss so
dude.
bad.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
all have to piss.
Dude, when that boat shifted and carpets were covered in piss and there's shit all over the boat, I'm jumping off boat.
Yeah.
And I'm never going on a cruise. I'm never doing it.
No.
I've said for a long time,
No.
I think cruises are actually like gross.
I think they're gross too.
Just open buffet. Everyone's eating and drinking as much as they want. No one's taking care of anything.
Yeah,
the
I'm good.
pools are fucking gnarly. You know, everyone's pissing in the pools.
Mm.
And also, you got nowhere to go. I don't like feeling trapped.
Exactly. You get it.
Yes.
You get it. I feel so trapped and I could never. I don't get it.
I feel like a nice, like, if you can get like a nice little like yacht trip where like you're
Oh.
on the boat with
Oh,
like
well,
people
yeah.
that you want to be with, that'd be
100%.
nice.
What is
I
that
would
But you're
called?
trapped, but you're trapped, but like
I don't want to be
you're
trapped with
not
strangers.
with like random ass people. Yeah.
What
Thousands
is-
of people.
And the cruise attracts a certain quality of white trash. I'll say it, dude.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Depending on the cruise. It does,
Yeah,
though.
it does depend.
It's like the Disney adults.
dude, did you know there's
Got your fucking buffet card ready to bust. Wait, what is that show called? Where they do the yachts?
Below deck.
Below
Below
Deck.
Deck.
Like
I
that
would,
shit. Like a
I'd-
charter. Like
I used
that
to
would be
watch that.
fucking sick.
I'd charter to Mon Pa 7 days a week. 7 days a week.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. They the cruise audience definitely specific audience though. Need some strong chairs on that boat.
I've got dude, I've got family members on one side of the family. They're fitting that criteria. They love a cruise. They love a fucking cruise, dude. They
strong
love an open
chairs.
buffet, open drinks, dude. They fucking love a cruise.
Oh my god.
You're gonna need some strong chairs.
I also don't. So, such a niche way to describe what
That's perfect.
need some strong ass chairs.
We
but-
need some strong chairs on that boat.
I don't, dude. I'll tell you what. There's also just something about. Also, I just thought it was so funny. They tried to squeak some Russian lady that tried to spew Russian fucking communist propaganda on a goddamn cruise ship. Almost turned it off.
What are you talking about?
She was like fucking. I don't know if anyone. You'll see the documentary if you watch the documentary.
Mm.
Got this Russian lady, and first of all, it starts when the power dies, and she's like, "Well, I wasn't in my own cabin." What is Russian? Hold on.
I was
let me
gonna say,
think.
yeah, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Let me think what Russian is. What is Russian? Someone give me one thing in
It's
Russian.
just intense. It's very
You
it's
just be
intense.
spilling shit.
I need a people. I need
We do need to get you a tape.
You can put it
need
on
a
Mike's
tape.
desk. It won't be
It's
in
so
shot.
far away,
though.
Thing.
What is someone give me something in Russian? Vodka. Oh yeah.
Vodka.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Yeah, she was just a man. I'll just get to speak in my own voice. She was like, I wasn't in my own cabin at the time. Actually, it's like you didn't have to tell anybody that. Like that didn't even need to be said. It was like the power went out, and she was just like, yeah, the power went out. I wasn't even in my own cabin anyway. It's like no one needed to know that.
What,
No
like
one
she's
needed to
fucking
know that.
someone?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
She was like, I was
Congrats on the
actually in an
sex.
engineer's cabin, and he got up and put his overalls on. I was like, and she was like, things like that happen. I wasn't in my own cabin that night. It's like, no one needed to know that.
Another reason why we don't go on cruises.
The producer was definitely like, do you want us to cut that out? No one needs to know that you were getting cracked before the power went out.
Leave that
She
in.
was like, no, leave that in.
I'll keep that in.
And then she was talking
Important.
about the food and so yeah, literally Snowman. It's like, all right, congrats on the sex. Let's move from there. But then dude, she started trying to spin some some Soviet Union propaganda on Netflix, and I was like, all right, brother.
Like what?
Here's what we ain't.
Oh,
Well, she
shit.
was like, once it happened, they were starting to get the food up and moving. But since the power died, they had to get her a lot of perishables. So there was like really long lines for food and shit. And she was like, well, then the Americans got a taste of what it's like to be in the Soviet Union under communist. Get the fuck out of here. Tell you what we're not going to do.
What's the opposite of propaganda? No, because she's shitting on it.
Nah, she's spewing.
She was like she's shitting on it.
No, because she was like, it was nice to see that they got a taste.
Mm.
And it was like, here's what we're not going to do, Yolanda.
Like fighting for food over there?
Here's what we're not going to do, Yolanda. You're not going to spew
Yolanda.
that Russian propagandas
Olga.
on Netflix.
Olga, yeah. Olga.
Remember Olga from Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Goated character.
I do remember Olga from Dodgeball.
Goated character.
I love that. I love that.
I'm gonna watch that tonight though.
Dodgeball?
No.
The poop
The-
documentary.
Oh, the poop cruise. It's literally called the poop cruise.
It's actually called the
It's
Poop
called
Cruise.
that.
Called the
Yeah.
poop- And dude, I think the funniest part about it is people started getting like, well, this is the funny thing.
Yeah.
As modern humans, we just have no idea how to be like animalistic anymore. And it's like the food started going down, and instead of like all sharing, there was people ordering
yeah.
10 burgers and hoarding them. So you started getting that hoard culture, and like people started building forts on the deck and like defending it and like fighting. Dude, it turned into like literal back to caveman-esque. And it's just so funny how like you get cruise Disney adults hoarding burgers and box cereal, fighting over tents on the deck.
All right, this might seem like just too easy, too simple, but did they not send help?
So they try. So another cruise ship drove by and dropped off supplies, but you got to think there's 4,500 people on that cruise.
Yeah.
So you can't just boat them out
I
of there
think
one
that's
by one.
just-
Like you got to get them somewhere.
Yeah.
My whole thing is when they lost power, they were supposed to get pulled back to Mexico, but they didn't drop the anchor. So they kept floating towards America. So then they're there in the dead zone. I know about boats. There's definitely a manual way to release that anchor. The fact that they didn't
Yeah,
anchor
100% you can.
and stay where they were and not let the boat, I was like, what are the captains doing? There's definitely a way to, on every boat,
Again,
there's a manual way to drop anchor.
Let me man that ship. It's all different. It's all different. I promise you. That is so dumb though. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you couldn't have handled that situation any worse.
No, I'm not even kidding.
That
They
seems like
couldn't have
it-
handled it any
yeah.
worse. Any worse. That couldn't have been handled any
Yeah.
worse. There was actually not a worse way to go about that cruise ship losing power.
Also, how are there not like generators on cruise ships?
There has to be.
Well,
right?
dude, so I guess, so there was a fire and it burnt down. Like normally if the power goes down, like those big things that come out of the cruise ship and they go like this.
The steam shit?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
Steam-
engine.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, with the engine. Yeah, where all the
That
shit comes out.
whole thing
It was on fire.
from bottom down to the hull burned out. So there
Oh.
was no way to get any power. Even if
Mm.
there was a generator, you can't hook it up to anything because it burned
Mm.
everything out.
Well, that's fucked.
But
Yeah, if the
dude,
casino is open, then that's fine.
well, they didn't have anything open.
No, I
Nothing.
know, it's good.
That's crazy though. They had nothing open.
That is scary though. Holy
And then they
shit.
were like, all right, we've been stranded for 3 days, but telling people to like pretty much ration food, open up open bar for free. People were getting nuked hammered and then fighting on the deck. People were throwing the shit bags.
I feel bad for the kids on board. Holy shit.
my God,
There's no
dude.
telling what they saw.
No telling.
There's one dad that like went with his daughter and he was just like, I mean, he was definitely being a little dramatic, but he was like, it's just a shame when you're with someone you love that you want to protect and there's just nothing you can do in that moment. I was like,
I mean, dude,
what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
you're not in fucking Iraq right now.
And then then I followed that up by rewatching the 3rd episode of Catching Osama bin Laden when the Navy SEALs went in. And you
Yeah.
go from this guy bitching about being on a cruise with no power and the Navy SEAL being like, you go in every mission expecting to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We make our peace that we're going to die, but it's nice to live. And this guy's like, just in these situations, you're just so helpless.
Yeah. Well, I will like on a cruise, I don't know if you're expecting to go through that.
For sure. But then they did like a weird end of thing recap. And that they were like, him and his daughter still enjoy cruises
Oh.
today. How fucking dumb you got to be to still be in the
Go back
cruise
on
game.
there.
How do you walk on another boat
That's what I'm
after
saying.
that? Dude, I'm never touching boat again.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Lauren, they were saying when you stepped on the carpet, it was so filled with piss and shit. Then went.
That's
I'm just shocked that nobody got like dysentery.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of Netflix documentaries, did you guys watch the other one about that Ocean Gate shit?
Yeah, I did watch that one.
What's
Very
Ocean
good.
Gate?
It's
That was
that
a good one.
that submarine that imploded.
Oh, I did
Mhm.
not watch that
You
yet.
need to watch
that.
it. It is
It's
good.
insane.
Should we watch it and review it?
That freaking guy
It's
is just
insane. He should.
dumb.
I mean, he's dead, but
He is dead.
he would be in jail for the rest of his life, probably.
Was he lying?
I mean, he was
A lot
just
of
not
lying.
taking correct precautions and just like letting people go down there, like knowing that this shit was gonna break.
Like there was already proof, like
Like
this,
proof
this
that it was
submarine
going
can't
to-
sustain this.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Fuck it, let's fucking send it."
He was like
You
ball.
could hear they had like microphones connected to it, and you can hear the carbon fiber like
Yup.
cracking, and he'd like stay in it. Like he would stay in the tube down there for like I don't know. They probably did like 6 missions or something, and it kept cracking. The cracks kept getting louder and louder and louder.
And they had a
And then-
tracker for it, by the way. Like
Yeah,
there
they
was
had
proof of
microphones, they could
this,
hear it.
and he still just ignored it.
I gotta watch
And
it.
then
gotta watch
he
it. It's
fired all
insane.
the engineers
All the
too
engineers-
because
all
they
the
were telling
engineers,
him like,
The-
"Hey,
he
this is
sent
not
like
safe."
I think he tried to buy a prototype from Boeing
Mhm.
of the carbon fiber, and Boeing said like, this is not safe. Like, we're not making it for you. And then he had someone else just make the exact same thing for him.
Yeah.
No way Boeing was like, brother.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Netflix
It's
has been on
insane.
a run lately.
Yeah, I kind of
Oof.
agree with Ryan Joseph. The CEO was on a mission to just get out
Yeah.
there.
Do you think he was on Mish to just get out?
That's what it seems
I
like.
think he was just ready for it.
Yeah.
Like he had to have been, or he was either the dumbest smart person of all time, or he was ready for it.
I think he's just one of those guys that thinks he's invincible. And
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a crazy documentary. It's insane.
Yeah.
One of the better ones I've ever seen actually on Netflix. Cause like when you were, I feel like that was like such a big story when it was going on. You didn't really get any of the details.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, like gives you everything.
Yep.
Dude, that's insane that there were signs.
Oh, like
yeah.
from like the very beginning, there was the same sign
Mm-hmm.
until the very end. It was the same thing that was happening.
Yeah, it was wild. Not good.
My computer is shitting down its leg right now. I'm so sorry, guys.
You're good. You're still in here. We're all good. But yeah, I mean, you have to watch that. It's one of the better ones I've ever seen on Netflix. At least.
Dude, that's crazy that there were signs. And
Oh.
he just didn't give a rat's ass, I guess.
well, dude. They were testing the same exact capsule, like in like a
It's like a pressurized.
yeah, like a pressurized thing. So like they're essentially just like simulating the bottom of the ocean, like inside like a container,
Yeah.
and the thing would crack and like literally explode every single time. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
Like it was crazy. Like it just didn't make sense. It's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts.
What, dude?
Check it out.
They're literally driving the fucking thing with an Xbox controller
Yeah.
down there.
Insane.
Using an
I knew
Xbox
that.
controller, yeah.
That's just insane.
Hey, personally, if I'm steering that boat, we're all right.
Yeah.
Dude, there's also another there's a part too in it where they almost like fucking crash the thing into the Titanic and like it
Yeah.
almost explodes.
Yeah.
The dude's under the bow of the Titanic. Like
yes.
they were stuck under like the front of the ship. So like they like couldn't get out.
I need to watch this.
It's
dude.
insane.
This guy sounds like a fucking idiot.
He's an
yes.
idiot.
Yes.
Speaking of just idiots, one of the funniest things I saw yesterday was, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I guess they had the NATO Council.
Oh, I
and
didn't
the
see it.
governor of NATO, like the whole organization, called Trump daddy.
What?
And then the lady was like, "Is it true that the governor called you daddy?" And he was like, "He called me daddy very affectionately. I think he like."
That's actually insane.
What? I did
Does he
not see
hate
that.
NATO too? I'm pretty sure he hates NATO.
What?
I think that's why it's so funny.
That's insane.
Just here, you look up.
Why do you
Can
call him daddy?
You pull that up. I think it's called the governor of NATO. I know NATO's like the collective, but I think they have like a leader of the thing that's supposed to like lead these. I forget what it's called. NATO's not like a place; it's like the collective. I know that, guys. I think it's called something, the leader or something, whatever it is. Secretary General.
I don't see.
Just look up Trump daddy.
Oh, I found it.
Well, you might get something weird. If
I
you
found
look
it.
up.
A lot of clicks.
I mean, we may do papers on it, Marco. Maybe we're going to do papers. I don't even know if you need them. They're not going to be fighting each other. They've had it. They've had a big fight, like 2 kids in a schoolyard. You know, they fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes. then it's easy to stop them.
And then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language to
You have to
get
use
stuff.
strong language. Every once in a while, you have to use a certain word.
I think we have to join the house.
Did he say it right there?
Yeah, he said it. He said Daddy's got to put his foot down or something like that sometimes.
But then I think somebody did. The NATO guy ended up calling him daddy.
No, that was
too.
it. He just said it. He said Daddy's got to put his foot down
Oh
sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, because Trump was saying they're fighting like little children. He's like, yeah, Daddy's got to put his foot down, something like that. He said Daddy something has to do something.
Dude, that is weird.
Holy fuck, dude. He's
It
on
does.
his-
It makes more sense in the context of the situation. Though I thought he would literally just call them daddy, but like it makes sense. He's talking about them like children, and then he was like, "Dad has." He could have just said, "Dad has to put the foot down." Sometimes.
Daddy's crazy.
Yeah, Daddy is insane.
Daddy's crazy. He's just on a generational run. Sorry about the political talk, guys, but there's just not a lot of sports going. Just Drew doing sports with a tier 1 sub.
Come on.
A year in the books. Let's go, brother. There's not a lot that's happening in sports right now for me to really get up to want to talk about. I think this kind of stuff is funnier to me.
I mean, yeah, that is hilarious.
We talk about the fever tomorrow. If you want to.
What we
Shut the
talk
fuck
about
up, take the fever.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We might go to game potential
Shut the fuck up, take the fever. Or is it tonight?
tomorrow.
Someone said happy you shut the fuck up, take the fever day. Oh, they play the Sparks tonight.
They play back to back. They might be chalk tomorrow.
It's kind of chalked.
They might be
Clark is
chalk.
out.
They're
tomorrow?
-4 tomorrow.
Clark has a groin injury, so she might not play the next 2.
Well, Clark's out tonight.
Mhm.
That's good though.
But she might not play the next 2.
I feel like she'll play tomorrow though. I feel like that's why you sit her for the back to back. You go, wait, why did their game just disappear today? Who are they playing today? It was just here, now it's gone.
The Sparks.
Oh yeah, they're big favorites, right? Or they were with Caitlin.
-5.5, yeah. All right, yay lads. Someone put yay lads in the bin. Give him 60 seconds in the bin. Still didn't send the subs from the night sweats. And now he's calling Caitlin overrated, put him in the bin for 60 seconds. Gonna need a 60-second bin out of yay lads right now.
I think Aylas did drop a splooge.
Did he?
I think he did.
Not on TMA, man.
Before you Krabs near another Netflix show.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys watch Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders?
Dude,
I watched last season.
saw the preview for it, but I kind of refuse to watch that kind of
It is a gas show.
It is a good show.
Gas show.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you like feel for these girls too. Like their lives are actually like
Yeah.
what they go through actually sucks. They like literally work for this team for like literally no money,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have to have like 3 other jobs, and then go to this practice every single night.
And they can be told that they're like too fat.
Oh,
Just
big time.
insane.
They said some girl, I forgot what word they used. It's
Yeah,
like you look
Rotund.
no, like it wasn't like fat, it was like a different way
Hefty?
of saying fat. But it like wasn't like that. It was like
thick,
it was like something a man is. Like you look
bulky.
I don't know. Fuck.
I'm trying to think.
Fuck.
Bulky, girthy.
No.
You look a little girthy in the hips, Jessica. Hefty.
It wasn't hefty. It wasn't hefty. It was like I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Large.
I'll figure it out.
Hey, Julia, you're looking a little girthy in the hips.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
that would
actually
kill
a
me.
great show. It's super
Someone
good.
said girthy. Dude, I'm never eating again.
I've
Dude,
watched.
smoothies only.
I've been watching Sovereign's Reign. Have you seen that? It's like a
Mhm.
really good animated show that they added. It's fucking trippy as fuck. I'll tell you what, dude.
I'm not a big animated guy. I
This one
rarely
you would
watch
Yeah, I'm
like.
not
animated
either.
This one
shows.
you'd like. It's pretty cool. It's like a spaceship
I did watch
crashes on this
Naruto, though.
planet. Naruto's fucking.
The last
sick.
animated show I watched was fucking what is it? Sex robots, whatever. Is that what it's called? What is it called? Robots.
Sex robots.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like 3 words, like robot something something or something.
Yeah, love robot.
Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah, love
Like-
death robots.
yeah.
Not sex robots.
I
What
thought
are
it
you
was like
watching?
love, sex, and robots, some shit like
What
that.
are you watching, man?
I don't know, but that was the last thing I watched. That was a cartoon, I think.
Josh moves into a house and then he's watching sex robots. It's crazy.
Nice, my
dude.
Amazon card, brother.
That's crazy. I will say, dude, I fall into the trap every single night now where I can't fall asleep unless I watch a little bit of World War II in color. I just have to do it. I have to do it, dude. It just has to get done. It has to get done.
I've watched that. It's wild. It's wild how they can do that. Like how they can actually.
Well, it's crazy that
Make it look
every
real.
shade of gray translates to an
I know,
actual
yeah, it's
color and they
actually
can like
insane.
find
No,
that
that is
exact
wild.
color.
Yeah, it's
That
kind of
is
crazy.
wild.
I love it, dude. You see the See the American bros dropping into fucking France in color. You know how hard you got to be back then? Just fucking drop in, countryside of France and just making shit shake.
Yeah.
You know how much motion you got to have that nobody wants you to get into the war? And then we were like, fuck it, you bombed our boats. We're here. And we just fucking ratted them.
Yeah.
Everybody, dude. Everybody got it, dude.
Everybody
That wanted it
Yeah.
fucking got it. We went through Italy in a week.
Yeah, that's
A week.
Yeah.
And we started at the southern tip. We checked in on northern Africa, then went through the southern tip of Italy in a fucking week. We were at the northern
You're mine,
tip.
Rome, you're mine, Naples, you're mine. We're going all the way up.
We were just pasta,
Is that what it is?
carbonara, just fucking a week.
Yeah, carbonara is now American.
A week, dude. A week. And I got news for Canada. We let you exist up there.
I can't wait till poutine's an American food.
I don't know. Honestly, Murray Boyle shouldn't even be upset because he's technically going to be an American citizen very soon,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. You guys got a cup, actually.
Yeah,
They got a
did.
cup.
You finally got one. Florida got one for you
Yeah.
guys. I watched a Tim Dillon podcast yesterday, and he was just talking about how Canada's just acting up, and he was like, "I don't know if Canada knows this. We allow you to exist up there."
Have you been watching his podcast?
Yeah, I watched
Dude,
it. The latest one was really,
He's
really
so
funny.
good.
He's so sharp. He's just
he is.
sharp.
He's just unbelievable on his feet.
Yeah.
So good on his feet. I love that he's talking about. And I like those protests in Beverly Hills when I can drive by and then think about it at my lunch in my Rolls Royce.
Pega, he's from Italy. Try again. Anyways. What is it?
Anyways, what's up?
Question. So for like months, this is so random.
Yeah,
and
go
you
ahead.
can tell me shut the fuck up after this.
I'd love to.
For the last like few months, I haven't been dreaming at all, right? But the last 4 days, insane dreams. What does that mean?
What are you
I
dreaming
have
about?
been, I mean, it's like I'll wake up like 3-4 times a night now, and it's just like every time I go back to sleep, it's a new dream, and I remember all of them, and they're not good dreams.
What are you
but
dreaming about?
You've been off the za?
No, dude,
What are you dreaming about?
just life shit, like real shit.
Like
It's just like, where's
it's-
that coming from?
Situations that have happened and reliving them, or going
Yes.
through another situation?
How do I explain this? Yeah, it's just like it'll just be random dreams,
Like an
about,
old
like, real
situation
stuff.
that happened or a situation that hasn't happened? That could happen.
That's
think that's
a
what he's
nightmare.
asking.
It's not a nightmare. They're like, how do I explain this? They're like positive dreams, just very vivid.
Vivid dreaming.
Vivid dreaming.
Might just mean you're getting into REM.
Does that mean
Yeah,
I'm sleeping better? I guess
way
is what I'm-
better.
Way better for sure. Yeah. When you
Really?
dream, you sleep better.
Yeah, way better.
Interesting. Because I do wake up more just because like the dreams will wake me up, but then I go right back to sleep. It's not like I'm up for a long time or anything, but
That's interesting. I wonder
That's a
what's
good
going on.
sign.
it's a good sign. Okay.
I had a dream that a girl told me that my legs were too hairy.
Dude, you already be trimming them.
I know. Well, that's why I trimmed them again.
Oh, that's what you
That's why I trimmed them.
The girl in your dream just keeps you.
And I
trimming.
know the girl in my dream. And I
She
literally
keeps you
asked her, I was like, dude, did I dream this or did you tell me I have hairy legs? She was like, dude, you dreamed that. I was like, oh, shit.
Shit.
Nah, Chad. Elsie does not get off the Zaza.
I don't remember the last time I was off Za.
I
Vegas.
stopped. I mean, I never was on it, but I don't know. Just don't like it.
What else is going on in your life, man?
The pep.
What else is going on? Let me think.
Pep.
We were all set.
Pep. I was with Pep, dude. What else is going on in your guys' lives? Anything good, dude? Sorry, Chad. I just don't like when I just can't get like, I would love to talk about baseball with you guys, but anything I say is just more of a waste of time. For
You know what
them.
we can talk about really quick?
Yeah.
We can get people up and moving for the PLL next week.
Yes, we can.
We'll be there.
Yes, we can.
We'll be in Chicago for actually in 2 weeks, I believe.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, we'll be in Chicago for the PLL. They're playing at Northwestern Stadium, literally probably the coolest stadium they're going to play at.
I
ever.
heard they're not.
No, they are playing there.
They are
They are playing. There.
confirmed.
There's
Confirmed. I was the one that said they're not.
Oh,
There's a Northwestern Stadium.
So I looked up the exact one. I went on
Okay.
the PLL's website.
okay. Good.
Let's see. I'll make sure again, but I'm pretty sure it's
'Cause
the one.
I heard
It's
it
in
wasn't-
Evanston. I'm pretty sure. If it's in Evanston, it's theirs. It's the Northwestern one.
Okay. Yeah, let me know.
Let's make sure. Let's double check.
Choose. She said it's in Evanston.
That is at Northwestern.
Wow, that's a really pretty stadium, right?
Very,
Nice.
very. I'll show you guys it. It's
Freaking sick.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is it. I think they're playing at their soccer field because it's also the lacrosse field, but it is. This is it.
I love Casper to the Heat Quinn. We talked about it at the top of the episode. I think he's going to be sneaky, unbelievable in the NBA.
This is where they're going to be playing. I mean, come on, dude. How are you not going to go? How are you not going to show up?
Oh,
How are you not going to show
this
up?
This is where I was hoping.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be so
right
sick.
on the water.
Right on
So
the
is that
water.
in Chicago though, or is that in that weird
It's
fucking?
just it's north of Wrigley a little bit. It's probably 20 minutes north of Wrigley.
Ooh,
On the water though.
nice.
Like so it's essentially just where we were staying, but on the north side.
Where we should have
Just
stayed.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's not where we should have stayed. It's just the opposite of where we stayed. It's north of the city, opposite of where we stayed.
Would have been a better version of where we stayed.
So we can make Wrigleyville a shake.
We could make it shake. It's very close.
Yeah, we're
It's 15
for sure
minutes away
going
from it.
back.
20.
Yeah, for anyone in the Chicago area, make sure you pull up. We're gonna have the whole team there. We're watching the PLL. We're gonna be wagering on games. We're gonna be drinking beers. I think I'm going to firmly plant myself in the beer garden
Love that.
Yeah, dude.
and do a till the last sip.
Okay.
Love that.
The PLL beer garden.
Be huge.
Rav should be going, Chew. He should be.
I'm really excited. Also, keeping in mind, we are going to talk PLL betting this episode while Krabs is on, but
Oh, Rav is not going.
Oh, he's not.
Another trip.
So
he's got another trip. Or is this his fucking East Coast vacation?
Unless it got canceled. But from what I know,
I don't know.
he didn't have
He's
another
got
trip
one.
that weekend.
Him and Trent, dude. I guess we just don't even have to work anymore. It's everybody
Dude,
else.
people forget there's been it's just us at the office.
I mean, dude, Trent's serving chicken right now.
Literally
Trent-
fries in bag.
Trent's been doing stuff, but
Fries
Office has
in
been dead.
bag. Watch out if you're betting the Atlas this week. A lot of injuries that are questionable if they get upgraded. We are going to get moose knuckled by the Utah Harpers. Moose knuckled. All right, should we do some slate?
Let's do it.
yeah.
Let's do some slate.
Are we
Let's
getting
run it.
crabs up here?
He'll get up here.
Look it up here. Look at it.
Pretty.
We're back.
Welcome back to Slate Surfers, the part of the show. We surf slate, give you all the bets you need on betting the whole board again today. I'm betting the entire MLB board today. Here we go.
Here we go.
Athletics, Tigers over 8.5. There's no way that game doesn't go over today.
Not a chance. I love that.
Can you start putting these on a list and Slack them to Daniel? And then
Yeah,
I'm
just clicking all of them, then I'll screenshot them.
All right, word. And then I'll place them once we get off here. Athletics, Tigers over 8.5 after a disaster class yesterday. I might right hawk to the guards.
I love the guards.
Hold on.
I'm going to go right hawk to the guards again. I might put a unit on all these. 9 plays 1 unit instead of a half unit. I half united everything yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might go full unit today.
Like
Right hawk
that.
to the guards. Mariners, Twins. Do you guys think I go back to that nerf? Right hawk to that nerf?
I would go right hawk to that over, dude.
Okay.
I kind of
Right
like
hawk
that
to that
over.
over.
Whatever,
I'm
whatever
on
you
that
think,
over.
though. This is
I like that over too. Tell you this is the overs day.
What about Phillies
Just
Astros?
barely.
Talk to me about that over.
Phillies Astros. Let's see who's on bump.
Christopher Sanchez.
This is
on
not
the
an
mound.
over day.
this is not.
Nerf
This is
day?
not-
Maybe the nerf?
I mean,
This could be a potential.
I think you just take the under.
Nerf of Sench?
I mean, it's
Can't do
minus
that.
135, but
This could be a potential where you get a little plus chicky with the Phillies. They've been rat, right?
They have been rat.
Also with a 7 total, you can get plus money. Like, I mean, if the game's going to be under 7, it's probably going to be a close game. You would assume you can get a little plus chick if you don't want to take the under.
Sterno, you know ball. I am on that.
Minus 155. I can't do another minus 155.
Dude, just take the under. Full game under.
Ron, Gavin Adler, and Jeff Teed, both questionable.
I do think you're going to need to take some plus chicken today because I think that's when you get into the.
All right,
Into a
Phillies.
problem,
Is
then you
Bryce
go-
Harper playing though, or is he still?
Mm-hmm. Faithful.
I think it's when you take all favorites and when you go 5.
It's like Bryce Harper's not playing. That makes me not want to take them, dude. I don't get Bryce Harper with plus chick. That seems way too scary.
PCA's up for 3.5 HRR.
No, he's not.
Chew just said that.
What?
Or maybe it's Demon.
Oh.
I'm gonna take the Houston Astros team total.
Interesting. Next
Houston Astros team
game,
total.
I'm picking it for you. It's the over. Next.
I kind of want to take the Rays.
Oh, okay. Just take that over, buddy.
Dude, the Royals just haven't been no run support.
They do today. They do today.
All right, I'm trusting Lauren. Rays
Let's
Royals
go.
over.
They do today.
Going right hog to the
Hey,
Cubs.
you can do Royals team total. What's that at?
I'm
I
gonna
think you absolutely
assume
get that.
4.5, 5.
Like 4.5.
That's what I would guess. 4.5.
It's gotta be 4.5. They're
5 and a
probably-
half plus 100. Give me that over. Give me that over 10.
Impossible.
Give me that over 10 because the
How would they
Rays bats
5.5?
are hot.
Because then the Rays have to be 5.5 too.
4.5 juiced minus 120.
Baz
Rays?
is about to be pitching.
The Rays
slow
are
pitch
favored in the
softball
game.
I just looked.
How does that make sense? The Rays are.
because
They're
Baz
probably
is about
both
to
at
get
4.5 and they juiced the Royals a little bit more. Give me the over 10. I like over 10. Let's
Okay.
do over 10.
Okay. I like
Right hog to the Cubs money line.
Let's go.
Actually, team total again?
Yeah, I think you just go to the team total.
Yeah,
Just
let's
stay
go to
there.
team total again. POD Cubs team total again.
Wow.
POD Cubs team total again. 4.5 minus 130. Yep. Thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Thank you, ma'am. Cubs team total, Josh. Clicked.
Clicked.
Dodgers, Rockies.
I mean,
But this is where if I take the Dodgers minus 2.5, the Rockies went outright.
I would just take the over in this
Yeah, it's
game.
the fucking over, buddy.
With Kershaw?
Yeah. I think the Dodgers literally put up 10 by themselves. In
I
this
do
game.
too.
And then
Okay.
the
Dude,
Rockies
Austin
just get a
Gommer
couple.
might be
He's-
the
yeah.
worst pitcher in baseball.
He is the worst pitcher. in
All right,
baseball.
Dodgers over 12.
They have two of the worst pitchers in baseball.
Also, they
Jansen
Jeez.
Junk.
Do you get a little plus cheeky with James? The Marlins won last night, I'm pretty sure, though. So
That's 2 in a row.
I don't think they win this one. Should I take this nerfy? Could be a nerfy spot.
Do you think Junk gets us through, though?
That could be a nerfy spot for sure.
Do you think Junk gets us through?
I think he does.
Marlins,
125.
Giants, nerfy, dude. Yes, Josh.
Minus 125.
Yes, Josh. Braves, Mets, over again.
Yep.
8.5.
Okay. Got them all.
All right. Can you send that to Daniel?
I can. I'll probably just type them out. Be easier. We need crabs.
All right. What are you guys' PODs before we get Krabs up here?
Josh.
Cubs team total, POD.
I'm going to go. My POD is going to be the Phillies ML.
Wow.
Plus Chicky.
Okay.
Give me Rays Royals over as
I love that. I love that you just, I
I'm all over that.
love that you just stood on that. I love that you just stood on that.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love that you just stood on that. 10 toes on the pavement.
All 10 of them.
I love it, dude.
all 10.
I love it. I love it. In terms of other plays, this is where it like is kind of fucked. Once I bet an entire MLB board, I find it hard to get up for anything else because I'm just gonna have to be dialed into every single game.
Well, the good news is it starts in an hour.
That is.
You have all day baseball.
Oh,
God, I can't do. I love Thursdays.
you're a big Thursdays person?
They're the best.
Hell
Baseball starts
yeah.
early and golf
So
kicks off
early.
too.
Give me the over 2.5 Juventus Man City FIFA World Cup. Not Club World Cup. Over 2.5. Man City Juventus. Also, don't be afraid. Never mind. Let me check the Gold Cup. Oh.
Yeah, lads, I wish, dude.
USA versus Costa Rica. Sunday. We have such a big episode tomorrow. I don't even think you guys can wrap your heads around it.
Tomorrow?
PLL, Gold Cup,
Mm.
MLBs, WNBs. Josh still doesn't know his freaking balls from his ass.
In what?
In all of it, man. In all of it, dude. All right. Josh also sent a 6-man into the Bookit chat today that I tailed.
Let's go.
Just keep that in mind.
Let's go.
And politics. We might have more politics to talk about. Just keep that in mind. All right. should we shift to Prize Picks and then bring Krabs in, or what's going on with Crabbers?
I don't know where he is. I'll text him real quick.
What's going on with Crabbers?
He's hiding.
Why is he hiding?
I think he knows you're onto him.
I'm on to him, man.
I need that face to face.
I'm fucking on to him, man.
I need that conversation face to face.
Staring at, Franny just can't be, dude. Franny just can't be, dude.
Franny's him.
Let me check.
Dude, he came through for you this past weekend.
Let me check on Franny for you guys. Let me give you guys the okay on Franny.
Like you threw him away the minute he came through.
I mean, he fucked me 2 days in a row.
I know, and then he got it all back.
Franny.
Well, NYC 2-piece.
Also, if you're investing, I would definitely invest in this is not investment advice, but it is. But you can't hold me financially liable.
NVIDIA.
If you're investing, no, I would invest in some defense companies, because if shit starts shaking either way with the way this global climate is going, I think you could get some real good value before new military contracts get shelled out for a lot of countries. Because I think this is just a little bink into what's going to happen potentially in a 5-year, 10-year window of world conflict. And I think a lot of new defense contracts are going to get up and moving. And I think a lot of defense companies are going to be pumping for at least the next couple of years. So don't be afraid.
Do people forget I invested into Chili's during the pandemic? Got me $1,000.
No wonder you're such a Chili's rider. An investment will do that to you.
They
dude.
just always come through for me. Dude. They've never missed.
That's
Quick
actually
rack
goated.
off of Chili's. Come on
God, I
now,
love
chat.
that out of you, dude.
Dude, I did them, American Airlines. Dude, if I would have sat in there,
What?
I could have been banking.
You were nails.
Yeah, but I was quick in and out. Just
No,
like
diamond
2 month
hands,
span.
dude. Diamond hands. How's XRP doing?
Fucking. Number look.
Diamond hands fun? Dead?
Fucking rat. Let me look. Let me go on my Coinbase account real quick.
Just
Down
invested in the
$29
company.
this week.
All right, shout
I'm
out
down
Diamond
$29
hands.
this week. It's
We
not
hold.
that bad.
We hold, Josh. We hold firm.
It's not that
We
bad.
hold firm. We hold firm.
I can never.
It just,
be a
dude, it
diamond
goes
hands.
up 3%, down 3%, up 3%, down 3%, up 3%, down 3%. Every fucking.
Where's your guys' heads at
We got Krabs in here, too.
potentials of Wimbledon qualifiers? I keep getting this one kid keeps DMing me about tennis.
I'm so good.
I know nothing.
I'm so good.
I know
I
nothing.
used to. I knew the old fellas. I don't know the new wave.
You did?
Yeah, because my dad
Oh,
always watched it. But
like Dominic Strickler? Who the fuck is that?
yeah,
Should we get Krabby up and moving?
Yeah, get him up.
Yeah, go.
Play the favorite for the Krabs. Welcome back to the Slate Surfers. Can you turn it up a little bit, Josh? I couldn't really hear the video of Trumper. Krabby?
How we doing? 10?
Oh, it's so crispy clear, Josh.
Krabs.
Krabs, how you doing, man?
Up squad. LC, Mike, Joshy. How we doing?
How you doing, man?
Doing all right. Recovering after yelling at your intern yesterday.
Can't believe you yelled at my intern like that, dude. You had me thinking
Bro,
that he
so funny.
tweeted something like irredeemable, dude. I was like panicking, texting Lauren
he
because I
did.
didn't want to blow his head off without knowing
he
what
did.
was going on. And then Lauren was like, he just tweeted that Walter Clayton was on the Wizards, but he got traded. I was like, dude, what?
in my eyes, that is debatably unfixable. Yes.
I feel like what might have happened is you were just so angry at the org for trading away the guy that you wanted that you just had to take it
Sure.
out on Mace.
100%. That definitely had something to do with it.
Is it the worst thing in the world if we played the clip?
Yeah, we played the clip.
Do we have the clip?
Yeah,
played the
go
clip.
to I mean, I'm sure you could find it, but I know Trent tweeted it too.
You did.
No, he'll be, look, intern Mason's a tough cookie, and I texted him afterwards. I said it's not personal. It's just business. But if I see another tweet of one of my favorite players going to the Wizards and it was a lie, I'm going to lose my fucking head. It's as simple as that.
I was actually in tears.
Here it is.
No,
I was
really
actually
funny in
thinking-
hindsight.
No,
I got
it
it.
was funny.
Mason was just like, how did he get my number?
I like Trent at the beginning. He was like, please don't be mean to him.
Did you know that Walter Clayton Jr. was traded to the Jazz and he's not a Wizard?
Oh, he's not a wizard?
No, he's not a Wizard.
I didn't see. I'm
Not a
sorry.
wizard.
I'm playing poker with my friends, so I'm not watching the draft. I just saw it on my phone. Yeah, he's got drafted by the Wizards. So I gotta go delete that post. Thanks for calling me.
Hangs up.
Unbelievable. You're tweeting and not watching the draft. Then why are we tweeting?
Why are we tweeting?
Why are we tweeting?
Why are we tweeting?
Not personal, Mike. It's just business.
Literally such a geek.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
It wouldn't have
Crab.
happened if I wasn't talking about it for the hour beforehand on the stream saying, I want to take Walter Clayton here. Let's get Walter Clayton at 18. Just gassing him up. And then what do? We literally draft him and trade him away. Can't script it. Like you literally, I feel like I'm on camera. I talk about this all the time. Somebody's watching somewhere. I don't know who. I'm on fucking camera 24/7, 365. And somebody's up there laughing. Yep.
Dude, Krabs, I mean, now that we're already on the topic, can we talk about this NBA draft for a second here?
Sure. Would love to.
So I have formulated 4 takes.
Okay.
I think Knuple and McNeely are just complete misses for the Hornets in terms of it's just not anything that they need, and they're setting those kids up for failure. I think
like they need a
Ace Bailey
shooter,
going
though,
to
no?
Utah is hysterical.
Yeah.
And I think Derek Queen is the biggest steal in the draft.
Sure. Could certainly get behind those second and third takes. Yep.
Last one, not understanding what you guys are building over there.
Well, yeah. What else is new? It's the fucking
But
Wizards.
but picking Trey Johnson, like where are you at with Trey?
I'm hype.
Oh,
Look, we need a guard. We just traded away Jordan Poole, and we literally got a rookie Jordan Poole. So it makes sense. The math checks out, right? Would I have rather had Rizzy Fears? Probably. Do I think this kid could be better? Yeah, I do. He plays both sides of the ball a little bit better. He's a little bit bigger than Fears. He's got a better chance. I think he's got a higher floor, but I do think Rizzy Fears might have a little bit of a higher ceiling. But at this point, we need a starting point guard. We need a guy who's jacking shots. We kind of need a me guy, and we got him. So I'm hyped. Like I'm not complaining about that pick whatsoever. It's the 18th pick that I hate.
I think you've already seen the best of Fears. I think he's already shown what he can do, in my opinion. There's a reason why Fears had the season he did and Trey still went before him. People know like the pure talent Trey Johnson is.
I mean, they're both true freshmen. So I think they both have nowhere near their ceiling.
No, but I think Trey Johnson, I mean, he can do everything. Like Krabs said, like he's a really good defender too. And he is a point guard. If you want him to go score the rock, he'll go score the rock. You want him to dish, he'll do that too. And then he'll go play defense on the other end really well.
I like that he plays a little bit of defense. I like that he's a little bit bigger than Fears. I like that we made some trades that I didn't understand. Obviously, shipping Poole and Mikey. The handful of Wizards fans left were all heartbroken when they traded away your guy, Jordan Poole. It's just facts. Like the remaining handful of guys I still got in the Wizards group chat, they got it fired up and moving after that trade, and they were fucking pissed, right? But at least we brought in, a very similar player to replace him. A guy who shoots the ball a lot. We'll see if it ends up going in the fucking hoop. He's got to work on getting to the rack a little bit. The guy can shoot the lights out. Doesn't have a shot he doesn't like. He can shoot from everywhere. He creates his own space. He gets open. He's a floor general, right? Pretty good passer as well. And plays a little bit of defense, which Lord knows we need help with. Worst fucking defensive team I've ever seen. So I like the move at 6. I'm all good with it. It's just trading away Walter Clayton. Like you add Walter Clayton in the fold, you put him on the Wizards, and you have him, you have Trey Johnson and Bub Carrington. Like that sounds good to me. You got 3 young guards. I don't know why we traded away that pick.
Yeah.
For Will Riley.
For Will Riley, who didn't even start at Illinois.
Yeah,
That's an insane move, dude.
I don't get
Not
it.
even for first round picks. Well, that was 1 and then 2
It was just
second
a
round
swap.
picks.
It was
6
just a
years.
swap, though. It wasn't even like you didn't even get the first round pick. You just got a swap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we gave them that 18th pick, and we got like the 21st pick, and then we got 2 second rounders in like 6 years.
Yeah, and what does that
Give me a
do?
break.
Yeah, what does that do?
Second rounders barely ever hit. It doesn't do
You might
anything.
have to start watching middle school ball, Krabs.
It tells me, I mean, literally, dude, like these kids who are about to draft, or like Trent was saying on stream last night, they're cracking open Lunchables today. What, 12, 15 p.m. Eastern? They're probably cracking open their first Lunchable today. Got to be a future Wizard.
First
Are you shitting
watchable
me?
of the day. Future watched in Wizards.
Golly. We had McNeely available. I don't know why he fell so much. What it tells me is the Wizards got their guy. They wanted Will Riley. They were willing to trade that 18th pick to move back a couple spots and get their guy, Will Riley, who, by the way, they asked him after the draft. He had no idea that Washington has a football team. He had no idea who Jaden Daniels was. He's like, yeah, Washington's a sports city. They've got football, or they've got basketball, hockey, and baseball. Said nothing about the NFL. He's like, I don't know if they have any other sports. And I was like, does this guy live under a fucking rock?
The only
Already
good
a
team there
horrendous
right
start.
now. There's one good team there right now.
Horrendous start already. The most hyped up team in sports right now is the fucking Commanders and Jaden Daniels. Are you shitting me?
Krabs, I don't know if you want Will Riley in the org, dude.
I'm already out on him one day in. I'm out. I'm out.
Krabs, who do you think was? I mean, I already talked about it. I think the Pelicans did the most in terms of improving their roster to be like add wins. I think Jordan Poole, Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, and Zion are going to be fun to watch this year. But where are you at in terms of biggest steal of the draft? Who do you think did a really great job?
Well, I can't put my finger on a team that just like completely leveled up their squad, although I do like what the Pelicans did. I can't lie. I like what the Pelicans did. You've already kind of talked about that, though. But I do got one player for you that we have not talked about yet, at least I don't think, who I think is going to be a pretty darn good backup center for the next couple of years and has the potential to be a starter down the line. And it's this kid from Penn State, Yannick Niederhauser, the last pick of the first round. Yeah, the last pick of the first round of the Clippers. You put him behind Zubac, he'll learn from the guy. I think this kid's got wicked potential. He had one of the best combines out of any of the players in the NBA combine. His stock rose through the roof. That's why he just snuck into the first round. The guy wasn't even projected to get drafted at the end of the college basketball season. But if you watched any Penn State basketball, you could tell that he was the guy on the floor. He was like a shittier Derek Queen. I like this guy. Watch out for Niederhauser. He could end up being a pretty darn good big man in this league.
Wow, I don't hate that at all.
Niederhauser.
Also, Josh, if we locked in all of our bets, we would have clean swept. We had Derek Queen under 16.5 draft position. We had Jeremiah Fears top 10 pick. Like we were fucking chefing.
Nee Clifford was one that didn't hit that.
We were chefing, dude. Krabs, the other weird pick, I mean, obviously the Walter Clayton situation is hysterical. I do think that would have been a perfect fit for you guys. Him going to Utah is just, I mean, that's Utah just chefing. I don't know why you guys would give that away. The only thing that I'm confused at, what in the Lord's name are the Brooklyn Nets doing? Like, I feel like they went 0 for 5 in the first round.
Well, I think Danny Wolf could be a serviceable player. I think he could be serviceable. I think he could be a decent role player. I don't think he's taking you to a fucking championship. Ben Saroff, I saw people tweet and they said, who the hell is this guy? Never heard of this guy in my life. People are talking about it.
Might be on the front lines.
You know, that pick is questionable, and that's one of those guys, you take a flyer on somebody overseas, he might not ever make it over here. Trust me, I've seen it with the Wizards. Every other year, they draft a kid in the second round I've never heard of, and we never hear from him again after the draft. Straight up. Yeah. Straight up. I looked it up last night. There's this one guy, Isuf Sunan, from like 5 years ago. We took him in the second round. He played in the summer league once. Never saw him or heard about him a single time again. Never made it over here. A second round pick?
The Bulls did that too with the guy from like Lithuania 3 years ago. He came and played the summer league. Never again. Gone.
It happens all the time. I've never seen a dumber league. I don't know how it's that hard to draft guys. Like in the NFL, it's usually like the most talented guy goes up next. That's usually how it goes. The NBA, I'm like, there's so much college basketball talent here. We're drafting guys like Ben Saroff. Taking a risk, I get it. But in the first round?
I don't get it at all.
Oh, no, we're taking guys like Noah Essengame. That's who we're taking. We're taking guys like that, Krabs. Just rat shit Frenchman.
Yeah, what are the Bulls doing, Krabs?
I love how he's chirping you, Krabs.
Guy,
the fucking Frenchman, then of course we take it. Of course we take it.
Usually it's us taking the shitty guy from overseas, but I appreciate you taking him this year from us.
Yeah.
Good luck.
If he was there at 18, he was getting picked for sure.
This is one of the funniest weaknesses of all time. They're basically just saying he's not good at anything. His narrow frame might make it difficult to operate inside the paint in the NBA, so he can't play inside. And his inconsistency from the perimeter might prevent opportunistic scoring from translating to the league, and he can't shoot from the outside. So what can he do?
29% from 3.
But so what can he do? He can't operate inside. He can't operate outside.
No, he can dunk. He can get to the rim.
He does everything. He does everything average.
Yeah, he's just an average player. That's literally what
How is that a first round pick, bro? You have Liam McNeely sitting there.
Dude, it's literally off of one game. He played in the preseason against the Trailblazers last year when he was 17 and dropped 20, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, he's got it."
So far, Josh, I'm looking at all the guys. When you click them on ESPN, they give you little highlight tapes. He's got the shortest tape.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they don't record very many games over there. And
Almost a sub-minute. Will Riley, who didn't even start, has a minute 34 highlight reel.
dude, he was Big Ten Sixth Man of the Year though. Will Riley.
This is comical, Josh. You guys got the friend.
No, I know. Yeah, this kid. I feel like these picks like never are just like average. He's either gonna be the worst player of all time or the best player on the team. There's
Never
gonna be
mind.
no in between.
Ben Suraf, 44-second highlight tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we going to talk about the Trailblazers' new center of the future, Yang Hansen?
I love that dude. I'm
Well,
all in on
Yang.
Yang.
Yeah,
And the
Oh, yeah.
Lakers are moving up the second round of the NBA draft, acquiring the Chicago Bulls 45th pick for the 55th in cash.
Okay. Bulls out here making moves. Sure,
Yeah,
they can.
we dropped 10 fucking spots for money. Give me a fucking break.
To fill up their vending machine.
W
Replenish
cap.
it in the fucking locker room.
Yeah,
Give me
honestly,
a fucking break.
honestly, W vending machine.
Dude.
All right,
Probably
Krabs.
get more out of the vending machine than fucking
Betting
Yang
the
Hansen.
entire MLB slate again today, Krabs.
Ooh.
I'm just trying to get my mojo back. It's just the only way through is through. I
Yep.
just want to talk to you about a couple plays and a couple games where I feel like the three of us couldn't come to a conclusion on what to do. Josh POD aside, Phillies Astros, man. What's going on in that series?
Well, you got Hunter Brown with the lowest ERA in baseball. That's very impressive. Every time I fade that guy, I lose coins. I'm at the point where I'm done. Sanchez, a damn good lefty, though, as well. Kind of weird seeing the total moving up in this game, I'll be honest, or at least seeing the juice moving up, minus 120 now to the over. I bet you we start seeing some 7.5s by the time we get to first pitch. I wouldn't mind a contrarian, nasty over back in the offenses, back in the bats. These two pitchers have been elite. They've got like a combined 4 ERA, maybe a little bit less between the two of them. They've been so good. Chris Sanchez is him from the left side. Hunter Brown, like I said, best ERA in baseball for a starting pitcher. And that total's moving up. Something seems off. I like a sneaky over here and maybe some offensive squares in this game.
Dude, I kind of wanted it.
I think that's a Mikey Over game. They've also got that Hunter Brown 1.5 earned runs allowed square up on Prize Picks. It's pretty fucking red as well. So that tells me he's probably giving up 2. And
The
again,
only
you
thing
really
that
only need both starting
scares
pitchers to
me-
give up 2.
The only thing that scares me, I was gonna go with the Astros team total is what I settled on.
Sure. That works.
Do
I
you
mean, I
not
like
that,
runs
or
and
do
you're
you
not
like
asking
that?
for much. What are they, 3.5?
Yep, 4.5.
Over 3.5?
I think it was 4.5
Wow.
minus 120.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
You
I
know,
like runs in the game. I would just take the full game over. You're not asking for the world. 7.5 runs, right? That's what it's probably going to end up at and closing at. I would just go with the over in the game and back both teams to put up 3 or 4, and you're good to go.
Okay. The other
Full
game
game
that
over.
we really couldn't settle on, Krabs. Tell me about this Marlins series, dude. Aren't they a game away from sweeping the Giants?
Don't let the Marlins get hot. It might be too late.
Are
might
they
be
hot
too late.
now? We're saying they're hot.
Yeah, they've won 4 of their last 5. They've won the last 2 games against San Fran and pretty easily as well. They just beat Logan Webb yesterday. So you know what we have to do today? Give me the San Francisco Giants first 5 minus a half. It's probably my favorite play today.
But I
Get
thought
in,
we
get
don't
out.
fade streaks.
Well, you got to pick your spots. Not typically fading streaks, but when you're a team as bad as the Marlins, and when you're the Giants waking up today saying, shit, we got an afternoon game, we got to salvage one here in this series, or we're getting swept by the Marlins, this is where I will get involved. I will.
The
I will.
Giants first 5.
Get in, get out. If you look at Prize Picks, you'll see Junk, which unbelievable name for a pitcher, by the way. Junk.
Jansen Junk.
Awesome name. He's been pretty good. He's been over exceeding expectations, overperforming out the wazoo. And then you look at his fantasy score today, it's pretty low in a pitcher's park. So that's sketchy to me. That tells me he's given up a couple. And then Birdsong is a young arm that I like, and he's coming off of a couple mid starts. So I want to lock in the Giants early. Cut out any fluke shit. If the Marlins want to keep winning, they can come back late in this one and they can win the game if they want to stay hot. But I'll take the San Francisco Giants to be up through the first 5 innings, get in, get out. And if they don't want to blow it, they want to blow it. They can do that.
I believe we also, Josh, if I'm incorrect, settled on the Nerfy here.
I believe he did.
How do you feel about that Nerf, Krabs?
I like the Nerf.
Okay.
I like the Nerfy. I like the under in the game, and I like the Giants' first 5ers. So yeah, I'm never going to tell you no for a Nerfy when I like the under in the game. Yeah.
Krabs, we also took the over in the Dodgers. Do you think that's too high?
No. Bro, just keep taking the over in the Dodgers games. Like their offense is fucking elite. The pitchers are hurt, right? And they got their offense has to keep up. And I was telling Trent this last night, like I'm impressed by this Dodgers team. Typically, they're kind of like the Yankees. They give up a lead, they kind of keel over and die. They move on to tomorrow. Dave Roberts, their manager, will put in some subs. He'll put in the B team bullpen. This year, this team's showing some grit. They're showing some heart. They gave up some leads early on. They come back. They creep back into it. Their offense is keeping them in every game. It's very impressive that they're almost 20 games over 500 with the amount of injuries they've had this season. And if you look at their season-long over-under numbers here, it's pretty fucking insane. They're 46, 32, and 3 to the over this season. I don't think that trend slows down, especially in cores. You can keep betting the overs. Totals up as well from 11.5 to 12. And Gomber, he sucks. Fade him.
All right, let's one more game, and we're going to prize picks. Krabs, are the Cubs back?
I don't know, man. Why is Palante catching steam against Shota, who's been fucking him?
Well, Shota hasn't played in about a month and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
That might be why.
That's a good point.
That's the only reason
You can make an argument. Maybe them opening up minus 135 on the road is a good sign for them with their pitcher coming back. I typically don't like backing guys coming back from injury. It sketches me out. So I typically stay off. And seeing Palante barely as a dog against Shota tells me it might be the Cards today, but the Cubbies sketch me out. I know something's going to give, right? People are starting to tweet. They're starting to expose them, saying this team's only good against bad teams. They have a losing record, sub 500 against winning teams. So we know it's about to happen. They're about to start ripping off some wins against some good teams.
I mean, I feel like that's an absurd stat that like we're like 1 game under 500 again. We're 1 game under 500 against teams that are 500 or better.
Yeah.
Like all good teams are like that. You beat up on really bad teams and you're five. Like the team that won the World Series of the Cubs had best record in the league, 108 wins. They were dead even against teams over 500.
Yeah,
so like
I think it's blown out of proportion. I agree.
It is. I mean, if you go 500 against those teams, you are a really good team.
Yeah, you're a playoff team.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like people are just looking for something to bitch about.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Palante with twice as high of an ERA as Shota.
For sure.
And only, barely a dog. That kind of sketches me. So
the total being high though makes me a little happier because that says that we can get some runs. At least we're gonna
totals
get
moving up. Starting to see some 9.5s popping up. I think we see some runs as well. I do.
I took the Cubs team total.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, that's good because you don't got to worry about them winning. Just put up some runs.
Yeah, just runs, dude. Just runs.
Just runs.
All right, let's go to prize picks. Chad already put me on. I'm just going to go for it. Never seen a spot I didn't like. Francisco Lindor, 1.5 hits on RBIs.
Never seen a spot.
You said I gave up on him.
You did. I'm proud of you. Let me see what we're looking
Where are you?
I like the Mets in that game.
All right, so the games that we like the overs in, I'm just going to say them out loud. So if we want to go there, A's, Tigers, obviously, that's kind of early. Should we chef a quick lineup for A's, Tigers, and then do a normal lineup for the graphic? For A's, Tigers, Blue Jays, Guards, Mariners, Twins.
Whatever you want to do, Mike, just let me know.
Let's do an early game lineup, and then we'll do a lineup for a graphic of the later games. So everyone get a square from Mariners, Twins, Blue Jays, Guardians, or Athletics, Tigers.
I got one if you want me to kick it off while you guys are looking.
Krabs, I would love that.
Okay. Kevin Gausman, more than 17.5 pitching outs. Charts red, coming off a couple stinker starts. I like the under in this game. I'm on the under in this game. I think we get a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel between Gausman and Bybee, who have a combined 8 ERA, and the total's dropping from 8 to 7.5 after we've seen overs galore from both these teams in recent games. We get a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel, and we get Gausman to bounce back here on the road. Give me his more than pitching outs. He's going 6.
Krabs, I love that. Give me Javi Baez, 1.5 hits on RBIs.
Ooh. Stay hot, Javi.
He had a stinker the last 2 games, though.
Good. Just overall, he's having a great year, though. Good to see.
Yeah,
I'm in. I'm in. LC, you got a square looking at you funny?
trying to think of the early games.
If you don't have one, you don't.
Talk through some of them too.
JP Crawford 1.5 hits on RBIs. Is this a chart that just goes from bad to worse, or is this him getting his mojo back maybe against a worse pitcher on the Twins?
You know, I like JP Crawford. Team player, leader, does whatever he's told, moves around the lineup all the time. He was slumping a big time earlier this season, but started to heat up. And yeah, coming off a couple bad games, but overall, his numbers the last month and a half are pretty solids. And the total, the juice is moving towards that over as well. So I would not mind backing JP Crawford in that game. I kind of like Seattle.
Or the Randy Man can? Randy Rosarina Krabs?
Let me look.
Josh, you got one?
I'd probably rather go JP, to be honest. I got no problems with JP. Keep that back pocket. Could square up and just go Bobby Witt today, I'll say.
Put in back pocket. Josh, could you get behind JP Crawford? It's on RBIs if you check that chart. Could that get the Joshy stamp?
Yeah, I could definitely get behind him.
Could that get?
Can we get behind a
stamp?
different guy in that game as well? And his chart looks exactly the same with Matt Wallner.
Whichever one you like more. I'm keeping Crawford in the back pocket if we don't have.
Oh, I thought we were
anything.
using him.
No, he's back pocket.
Bro.
What if?
Let's take that Matt Wallner square.
What? Yeah, I
All right,
love
Matt
Wallner.
let's do it. Wallner HRR.
Every time we talk
Matt
about
Wallner.
Matt Wallner on these streams, he hits a nuke. Let's take
I
him.
like that.
Let's take him. Matt Wallner.
LCs.
Hmm.
How we feeling?
Dude, I kind of want to. He's been ice cold, but Torkelson is kind of whispering to me.
Oh, Torque Daddy.
Yeah.
Dude, wow, we like that over, so I don't hate anything in that game.
Yeah, I don't mind
Yeah.
Torkelson at all.
Hits, runs, RBIs,
Fantasy?
or fantasy?
Probably 1.5 HRR. I
Yep.
wanted to do Riley Green, but he's facing a lefty today, and I don't like that. But Torkelson.
All right, we want to do Torkelson.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
Everyone good on that?
Are we sending that four-man? Gaussman, Baez, Wallner, and Torque?
Sending that 4-man.
Okay, I'm going to drop the link in the chat for the peeps because I got it right here. Hell yeah.
I mean,
That's a
after
four-man
no
that might
runs
just get to the
yesterday, you
counter.
gotta think the Tigers are gonna touch him.
I agree. I was on the Tigers' first 5 yesterday. They shafted me, so they probably put up 10 today. Yep. I'm
All right,
in.
now let's do a lineup for the normal game so we can get a graphic out. I'm gonna go Lindor HRR.
Okay.
Apologies for the cake.
You're good. Real quick, I just dropped the link in the chat if you guys want to tail that early format. It's in there. Okay. Now we can craft up another lineup here. You said you want to go Lindor.
I'm going Lindor chocolates.
Okay. Hit, run, RBIs, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna get out of the MLB. I'm gonna go to the PGA and take Sam Ryder more than 4.5 birdies or better. This course is playing absurdly easy this morning. He's
Okay.
one of the few guys up for 4.5. His
Okay.
his iron and wedge game should put him in plenty of
Who is
positions to
it?
birdie. Sam Ryder, RYDER.
Sure.
Birdies are better.
I can never find these
This
guys.
dude rocks fucking joggers.
All right, I'm in.
Hell yeah.
LC.
Kind of torn between two. I do like the Baz Lorenzen combo strikeout square less than, but I also love Bobby Witt today. But I feel like everyone's gonna love Bobby Witt today.
Do we go to
He just announced that he's
Oh my
playing in the
God,
World Baseball
Bobby
Classic.
Bart.
Hold on, what?
He just announced he's playing in the World Baseball Classic today.
Say Bobby.
Could be Bobby Day.
Which one do you like more? I don't want to influence.
I mean, he's been seeing pebbles. Let's go, Bobby.
Go.
HRR or fantasies?
I did fantasy. but
All right, I like
think
that.
either
No, I
one.
like that. Diversified. We're
I
diversifying.
think
Real
you get a
potential.
All right,
Yeah.
Krabs.
I'm gonna get Hunter Brown more than 1.5 earned runs allowed. Like the over in that game. Been seeing graphics all day about how Hunter Brown has the best ERA in baseball. I fucking bet. It's exactly the spot to fade. More
I
than
love
1.5.
this lineup. I love this lineup.
Oh, Bobby got bumped up to 8.5. I got him at 7.5 fantasy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on.
WCLD. Nice.
Wow. Josh, I'm going to text you this to send to Danny.
I will drop this link in the chat as well for the goats who want to tail and get involved.
Dude, I think we're
You got-
going clean sweepage both of those lineups. There's not a square I don't like in any
Imagine.
of those.
8-0.
If we go 8-0, I'm coming back on here tomorrow and we're crafting up another one.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. We didn't talk PLL. You might have to come on tomorrow anyway.
Let me know. I'm in. I'm around.
Yeah, can you come on tomorrow?
I got you. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Sign me up, bro. We got a lot to
All right,
talk
Krabs,
about.
appreciate you. Sorry for going over. I'll get the people out
You're
of here
good, dude.
real quick.
You're good. Appreciate you guys. LC, Mikey, Joshy, have a day.
Let's
W
go.
Krabs.
Fuck yeah. Dude, I feel like we dialed in, guys.
We might
Me
have.
too.
I feel like we dialed in.
Feels good.
Those lineups feel really good. Like really good. All right. Say goodbye to the people. Let's get them out of here.
All right,
Cool
peace,
B.
chat. 8-0 today.
Let's fucking go. All right, Chad. We end every episode with a little Mikey Core. I'm going to get you guys out of here quick because we got BTL, so we'll do a longer one tomorrow. Just take one step forward for me today. You made it to Thursday. I know how hard it can be in life. Take a step forward. And the reality of the human experience is we're going to take steps backwards, and that's okay. If you feel like you're taking a step backwards today, just make sure you get up tomorrow and give me that same effort of trying to take that step forward. And I'm in your corner no matter what's going on. If you need somebody to lean on, my DMs are always open. Take one step forward for me. I know how hard it can be to take a step forward in life, but if we just take one step forward every single day, we're going to be better people this time next year. I love you. If you haven't heard that, I love you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in during the dog days. Your time means more than anything in the world, and we know how precious it is to you guys, and we appreciate you spending it with us. Go tune into BTL now. Just refresh the feed. They'll be up in a second. Here we go.